just a regular hoe, but a stupid one.
If Tony Braxton sung Blueface Tatiana, I think it sounded a little something like this. Taking over for the 99 minutes of the yeah. Bust down, don't you wanna bust down? Yeah. No, you wanna say me bust down. Bust down, don't you wanna bust down? Yeah. No, you wanna say me bust down. Pick it up and back that thing up. Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the Get Right.
Did you want to play that in honor of Eric being gone today? Was that his theme song? Like, because it was Tony Braxton, he's out being
I
a
didn't
Tatiana?
even think about that.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Get Right radio show on the Good News radio station. I am Kelvin Unique.
I'm Christopher Armani.
And I am Toy Monet Creole.
That's right. We got a very special guest in the building because Eric is out being a thot, but he's in Miami running the full muck around. I hope he comes back with lots of horror stories.
Well, he actually went to a wedding, so I don't think he's out there home.
Oh, no. When you go to a wedding, that's the perfect place to be a hoe.
I just like to look at the people. I like the love.
You like the love?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, be a hoe out there, Eric. So I hope you're out there being a hoe, but I want to give a big round of applause for Toy for being in the building, sitting in for us.
Look at a round of applause suspension.
Yes.
I better get right.
And we used to have a...
Do y'all have sorry?
I feel like it used to be more. It used to be more sound effects.
I did too, and I feel like someone deleted them. So they don't
You
touch
always-
ours.
Somebody go. I don't know. One of the shows gonna jump you one day.
When they do, I hope it's at this karaoke battle on March 30th because it's going down.
Okay.
It's a karaoke battle.
Yeah.
I can do a mean Beyonce.
We need to get you in the Good News family.
We've
But
been
so
practicing.
how was your week, man? How was you guys' week?
My week was good. I saw Us,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to see it like 4 more times. But I read all this shit about it, so it's like I kind of know what's going on, but I need to see that for
See it
myself
again,
because I feel like I missed that by reading it. I think that was my week. I didn't do anything,
Mhm.
and I went to the gym. And I need to start getting consistent with the gym, which is the biggest battle.
Yeah, because consistency is the worst part.
And actually eating right, because
I will clean out that refrigerator today.
none of the shit in there is mine,
Oh,
besides the spaghetti.
I will throw that out.
No, I'm actually gonna eat that.
What kind
So.
of spaghetti, turkey or beef?
I honestly don't know.
Wow.
I really don't know. I just know it's from Maggiano's. So whatever meat that they have.
Maggiano's. It's definitely beef.
Bust down,
You don't know
Maggiano's.
It's definitely beef.
How was you
Definitely
guys?
beef.
You gotta guess.
So how was your week?
My week, it was a very LA week. So mind you guys, I'm like 3 weeks fresh in LA, and so went to a fashion show. I think I went to, what did I do on Tuesday? I don't know. I went to a fashion show. I ate vegan, so I'm a vegan. I'm a fake vegan while I'm in LA. I just started that. I have to say I'm 7 pounds down, but I'm currently at a standstill, so I might have to actually put some work in and work out. But you know,
But that's 7 pounds in 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
That's good.
that was probably like one, one.
Oh, that's really
One
good.
week?
Yeah, because I was eating Jack in the Box when I first got here. You know, I needed a transition phase.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, we had a lot of bacon flavored items that were on the menu, too. So I'm like a fake vegan, you know?
Okay.
So what does your diet consist of when you're a vegan?
Okay, so I'm kind of like a strict one now. So I don't do meat, dairy.
Like absolutely no meat at all.
Nope, no
Good.
meat, no dairy,
Good.
no animal byproducts, no sweeteners.
So like no chicken at all?
No chicken. I
Absolutely love
can
chicken.
pan saute the heck out of some Brussels sprouts.
Mhm.
Let me tell you.
See,
Bow.
I was being vegan, and I did mess up, and I had some shrimp
Oh.
on
Were they fried or like?
fried.
Ooh,
From
honey,
Hot-
you
they were
went
from
black.
Hot and Juicy. It was really good.
Crawfish?
But-
Ain't that what it's called?
Hot and Juicy crawfish?
Is that what it's called?
Well, I think they do like the one on Santa Monica and La Brea.
I don't know.
I don't know the name, but it's Hot and Juicy, but it was really good. It was hot and juicy, and it was really, really good. I couldn't even finish it all. But yeah, so I'm back on the train of the veganism.
Ooh, I might derail after that description. Ooh.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Mm.
It's not worth the 7 pounds.
I can't do it.
You're right.
I love chicken too much. Now beef and pork I can get rid of that, but
You
can't.
can live without chicken.
No,
I
I
thought
can't.
I
I
could
really
not live without
can't.
chicken either.
I don't think I can.
I really thought I couldn't.
They have faux chicken. Like,
What is that?
I don't know. You can do Gardein, like fake
Yeah,
chicken.
Gardein. That's what I get when I go out.
Who?
You remember when
Gardein.
I got those chicken nuggets at the Yard House last time I went out?
Yeah, and they
Those boneless
smelled
wings?
horrible.
They smelled amazing. They were amazing.
I
You
gave-
smelled my food?
Nigga, they brought it out. Yeah, I've smelled it.
I gave my dad a vegan chicken nugget once. He was not very appreciative, and he did not like it. He said it was too chewy.
I bet it don't.
They
What
are-
is it?
they
It don't
are a
taste
little
like shit.
chewy.
Do it?
It's a little
It tastes
chewy,
like good.
just not as firm.
Yeah.
It's like kind of not.
It tastes like good.
It's like a fake booty versus a real booty. Like, you know, like a
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think that's the right.
I don't think so either.
Well, everyone loves booty, and everyone could love vegan food.
But I have to go to a vegan restaurant. Like I
transition,
can't. I
Kelvin.
can't go to
I
every
try.
restaurant to have that.
Yeah, you gotta ask around. A lot of restaurants do have a vegetarian vegan option.
Yeah, which is like cool. That's what I like about LA. They're very like what's it called? When you're like really
Accommodating.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They're very accommodating to like different tastes and palates
Yeah.
and like allergies, and it's just so like
Yeah. Here, you can definitely be vegan here in Los Angeles. In Kentucky, no.
Chow in Kentucky. All you got. Oh, you want some leaves?
Yeah.
You want some steamed vegetables
we
with
got
butter?
some. We got coleslaw. That's our vegan option. We got coleslaw if you want that.
Yeah,
I
not so
guess I
much.
can try it, but
Try for a week.
I can't. A whole vegan.
A whole vegan for a week.
I don't think I can do that.
A whole vegan for
I
a
love
week.
I love cheese too much too.
I love cheese as well, which is
Like I
stuff
can
with
eat
me.
cheese by itself and be completely full.
How much cheese are
That's
you
a
gonna
lot
be
of
eating?
cheese. You don't
Like,
Exactly.
like I'm saying, like
what the
I
hell?
can eat a pack of cheese cubes and be fine.
That's kind of weird.
That is
Cheese cubes are very good.
They are tasty, huh?
They are rather tasty, but a whole bag of them
That
Yeah, I
sounds
can eat a whole
like-
bag of cheese cubes.
That sounds like my stomach hurts.
Yeah,
already.
They're very good.
That sounds like a horrible night.
Is there such thing as vegan cheese?
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
What it tastes like?
it tastes like it tastes like cheese, just a little bit more creamier.
Yeah, it tastes like a little cheesy.
So if I got think of American cheese. Like
Mhm.
think of like a slice of cheese.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
comes like that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Why don't you believe it? I actually know a place, Veggie Grill,
I've been there before.
that all their stuff is vegan.
I've been there before.
The cheese is vegan.
The
The
fries are
grati-
disgusting.
The
the
fries
grati-
are not. Bye. Good night.
Have you been there?
You're sleeping.
I went to the Gratitude Cafe in Beverly Hills, and they're plant based. And I had a
Mm-hmm.
mint chocolate chip smoothie. Mind you, it
Mint
took a little
chocolate
getting
chip.
used to. They use
Mhm.
like cashew ice cream. It was
Yeah.
a little cashewy.
yeah.
I don't know.
With nuts, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
can
like.
eat that.
I also went to Monty's, which is a complete vegan spot downtown. It is super good as well. They also have the cashew milkshake, and it tastes a little off at first, but then after you
Yeah.
get into it, it's like, okay, this is cool.
Most vegan food is like almost like it's like going on a blind date. Like you're not sure what this is
Yeah.
at first, and you're kind of like, but then eventually you settle in and you relax a little bit.
And it tastes amazing. I
Chris's
think is what it
face.
is because we're so used to the nastiness, the things that aren't good for us, and we create those things like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, this is so good.
The McDonald's.
But then when we try something actually healthy, we're like, what's the tease in there? Because our body's used to all the other stuff instead of like actually eating what we need to be eating.
Chris is silent.
Okay.
He's silent.
Chris
I'm
is
just
sold on this
He's a
veganism.
phallitarian.
I'm going to bring you a vegan meal every day.
Okay.
He gonna be eating right in Maggiano's, getting him
Right.
steady.
Yeah.
Sneaking, throwing
Going-
my stuff
spaghetti.
away.
Getting some real chicken and some real beef or whatever. Actually, I'm gonna try to give up. Well, beef, that's not hard to give up, but chicken, I just can't. So,
So can you do chicken only for the week?
I can do that. That's easy.
Okay. All right.
I'm not
That's
mad
baby
at it.
steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
We'll see. How was your week, Gilman?
My week was good. I went to go see Us. That was really, oh my goodness. So
Have you seen
many
this one?
levels.
I don't do scary movies.
It's not scary. I promise.
It's
I could
It's
not
very
handle,
suspenseful. I'll give you
I
that.
can't handle suspense either. So like I'm really dramatic. So my blood pressure rises, and then like I can feel myself like my heart beats, and then I start sweating in the movie theater, and I kind of can't breathe, and then I walked out like all hyped up afterwards.
It's
Like,
great.
I didn't see Get Out. I haven't seen This Is
You
Us.
haven't seen Get
Please, y'all.
Wait, This Is Us. That's not scary.
Wait, not the.
Just Us.
Oh,
Us.
I was about to say.
Please don't. Everybody back home or whoever's listening, you're like on your. Don't judge me, okay? But no. So I support Jordan Peele. I am down with the brothers and sisters. What is it? Bill Gluckman down with the bitches and hoes. I am
Yeah.
down with the brothers and sisters. But I can't. It just
But Get
so
Out wasn't
much.
scary either, though.
They had the tea thing.
The
He was
tea thing.
crying. The lady was scared. Oh,
Get Out was like more like a psychological thriller, but this movie is a horror film and it is good. It is good on
too
so much. No,
much.
it is so good. It's too much, but it's also too good. And you need to go see it. If you have not seen it, make sure you go
And
see it
you
this
literally
weekend.
will not be scared.
See
Like,
it
you won't be
today,
scared.
y'all. We need opening weekend numbers to be through the roof. So if you
It was
have not
70
seen it,
million this
go
morning.
see it. Look at God. So we need to go see it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Go see it, people. It is so damn good. When I tell you it's so damn good, it is so damn good. And all the people out there say it's trash, it means that you don't know how to think, and you probably went to a community college, and that's not nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
Because I'm sure you know a lot of people went to a
I
community
do.
college.
I take that back. I used to work with people at community colleges. You didn't go to a community college. You didn't graduate high school because you don't understand what's going on.
Well, I mean, okay, so some people say that anybody who says it's not good is just because they're trying to compare it to Get Out, and they're two different movies. Is that true?
Very
That's
true,
Very
yeah.
true. They're two totally different movies. Like, well, Get Out was this is not a sequel to Get Out.
Ah.
And this has nothing to do with race.
Nothing to do with race.
Well, slightly.
slightly.
Like a little bit.
A little bit.
Undertones.
Undertone.
Yeah, but Get Out was completely about race.
Yeah, and
but,
this is about America and the forgotten ones.
and within yourself.
Please go and see it. This is an unpaid advertisement. Oh, okay.
Oh, did y'all hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All of that.
Did Jordan
bad.
want to sponsor? It's okay. These chickens is ash and I'm lotion.
So I did that this week. I went to work this week.
Ooh, work. He's a
It was
working
cool. Brandy Jackson was on the show last week.
man.
Brandy Jackson? Who was that?
Brandy Jackson is Jackie's daughter. So Michael Jackson's
Oh,
niece.
I was like, who?
Is Brandy Jackson?
She ain't
Is
nobody.
Brandy
Does
Jackson.
she does Basketball Wives or no?
No.
Brandy.
She
No,
ain't
that's
nobody.
the different Brandy.
She ain't nobody.
Okay.
But yeah, she was on the weekend. We had a really good show. Her just talking about this whole. Leaving
What made y'all
Neverland
get
thing.
Brandy Jackson on the show?
Because we wanted to shut these niggas up about talking shit about Michael Jackson.
But why Brandy Jackson?
Because Brandy Jackson's Wade Robeson's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Oh,
We didn't
girlfriend.
Yes, we didn't just go out and get somebody random. Like, who can we get
Because
from the
Brandy
Jackson?
sounds
Who
random.
can we get from the Jackson family? Who's free? No. She used to date Wade Robeson. And they dated from they met when they were kids when they did like a the LA Gear photo shoot, and they had like a puppy love type thing, a little dating, and they dated all the way up to like 2001.
Really?
Yes.
So what did she say?
She basically said the nigga's a liar.
Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like how inconsistent his story was, and
Mhm.
how it was nothing like how their relationship is. Because it's like if Michael was to make him hate women, like he said in the documentary, like to make women all evil, then how the hell were they dating?
Mhm.
And Michael introduced it to, put the two on.
Mm.
So, anyways, that was good. Yeah, that was my week.
Okay. What a week.
Yes.
What a week.
Yeah. that was my week.
What? Is it something you saying that you haven't said?
No.
There's a lot going on with the Michael Jackson reverb. It's like it wasn't just the documentary, you know. It's a small drop in a big pond, and the ripples are still being felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the documentary is full of bullshit.
I didn't even finish watching part 2
I don't care.
because
for that
after
shit.
Michael died and they kept talking, I was like, "This is really a woe is me, like what about me type thing," and it took a turn from what it was supposed to be about to like how I feel now, and it's stupid.
Mhm.
And then the mama's talking about Wade's mama. Maybe the kids should have stayed with me. Bitch, the kids don't know you. Why would the kids go with you?
You talking about all the kids?
She wanted Michael's children to go with her, Wade's mama.
Mm.
That was in part 2?
Yeah,
Oh. I don't think I got to that.
yeah,
No,
because
I
we
didn't.
turned it off because it was stupid. That's why I turned it off and said, "Oh, this."
I didn't see part 2 with you.
Oh yeah, you watched it with.
With who? Myself? I watched it with myself. I watched it with myself. But yeah,
You watched it with yourself,
With
Mhm.
us.
with us,
with us. And I was getting out.
Getting out, getting up.
Getting up, getting out, y'all. Okay, so I did not put this on. Bitch, you better read. But I know you wanted to talk about it.
What?
Our good friend, our former good friend, Daniel Caesar, has been making a lot of news lately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ciao. Daniel.
So if you have not been on the internet lately,
It's like a
Daniel's-
4-part clip. I only watched the first one.
I'm not watching. I'm going to give a whole synopsis. Daniel Caesar got on live and was defending some girl. What was the girl he was defending?
I only saw one video.
Isn't it Hey Jules?
Yeah, Hey Jules or something. He said African American people are really mean towards white people, and white people were mean to us in the past,
And he told us to get over
and
it.
we need to get over it.
And he said, "What are we gonna do about
What
it now?" Daniel's canceled. I'm gonna still listen to his music though.
I think pretty much since he dyed his hair blonde, he's gotten real vocal. I don't really know if, once he cut the locks, that might have, I don't know, that might have taken away like his blackness.
blackness.
Maybe it took
something.
away his blackness because now he got purple and blonde hair, and it's really inappropriate. And I just really want him to stop all the stuff that he's doing because it's offensive. Like, I understand he's Canadian, and I understand that maybe they don't have the same race inequality in Canada, if you
Racial
will.
inequality, yeah.
But nigga,
Because I mean, this may sound kind of well, not racist, but like I always think black people, like African American black people, aren't the same as like a Canadian African American. Because like we wouldn't think the way Daniel thought,
hell no.
because we're from America. But Daniel being from Canada, it's like I just feel like they think different. Like black people from
I can see they think different.
If
I
that
can
makes
see
sense.
that because maybe the way they were brought up and their environment is just a little bit different.
Yeah, they're a
But
little bit more
when
free
you
over
make
there.
music that caters to the African American community, when you win the Grammy for Best R&B Song, when your songs are not played on Top 40, they're played on urban, adult contemporary,
Mhm.
you owe some type of responsibility to the African American community and watch what the fuck you say.
I don't think he thinks like us though.
Well, guess what? He won't be thinking at all like us no more because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to start pulling his music. Unless he come out with a
But
bomb
it
ass
really
song.
doesn't play on
I don't
that
think
much
he'll
of shit
pull his
anyway.
music.
It doesn't play
Yeah, I
on a
don't
lot.
think
It
they are
doesn't
either.
play on a lot of stuff, which is another reason why I feel like that's a slap in the face to African Americans. Say African Americans to get over what white people did to them, or what they or that stuff is in the past. People are still getting shot and hung. There's a truck driver that was beaten and hung in the back of his trailer in Fort Wayne last week. The coroner ruled it as a suicide, but when the detective came and did all of the investigation, they said it was a struggle and it was strangulation and he was beaten.
It's
And the
brilliant.
body has not. They won't let the family view the body
That's
Why?
wild.
because white people have been mean to us in the past,
Oh, you're being
and
funny.
we need to get over it.
I was thinking like, wait, what?
There's a pause.
Where was you
Like, where
going
is this
for
going?
that?
I think that
Clearly, there's something that's wrong there in Fort Wayne, which is racial tensions are high. Young African American male. That boy did not just hang himself in the back of his trailer.
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure.
And then I feel like Daniel to talk about black people are mean to white people or whatever. Maybe there's like a hypersensitivity. Hey Jules would not be the woman to talk about. Like I think this is a person who got on allegedly. Don't come for me. By like sleeping with black artists and
Mhm.
rappers and essentially using that platform and then kind of downing people and downing black women. So out of all the people that he could have protected, she would not have been it. She
Mhm.
would not be a candidate.
Who is Hey Jules?
Exactly.
Some internet. I don't follow these internet trolls and internet thingies. These clout chasers.
Is she like an Instagram model?
I
or-
guess.
She's like an artist, like an Insta. I'm not even really sure all the way what
So
she
she
is.
makes music.
When Instagram was down for a week,
She was affected.
She was homeless without a job.
Homeless. And
She was without a job. If Instagram would have stayed down for more than 2 weeks, she probably would not have had a job.
So she does make music.
I suppose on SoundCloud.
So she's a SoundCloud artist.
I don't, Chris. I couldn't tell you what she looked like.
I'm gonna Google her later if she's on Google.
So
But yeah, Daniel. I don't know. I just think they think different than us. People like, which is fucked up. But it's like I just feel like they think different.
We gonna be thinking different after this. The way the internet tried to barbecue.
Yeah.
Phil, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wonder if he's gonna apologize though. Do you think so?
Hell no.
No.
He what he felt is how he feels.
Yeah.
Just like Kanye, he ain't apologizing for shit. While his stupid ass, like everything he done did, like he ain't about to say sorry.
well, Kanye's trying to slowly get back into the graces of
Mhm.
black people, especially if you look at these Sunday services playing all that black
Where
music.
do you know
It's
where
not-
those are?
It's
And
in
then-
Calabasas. at his house.
Oh shoot! And then he did do he just did a thing where he gave away he had the new Yeezys for purchase, but he set them up in like local neighborhoods, so neighborhoods across the state. So he had like these Yeezys for sale. So good like down home. Oh, and then the proceeds went back to a mental health organization. So like he's slowly starting to kind of insert more of that philanthropy and try to navigate himself like back into these urban and local communities, but. I don't really know if it's gonna come. He's gonna be able to come all the way back. Just
I thought
because
he was
people
in
feel
debt.
like it's a show.
I thought he was in debt.
He's like in rich people debt. Which is not
What's
like,
rich people debt?
Like, I don't have millions to spend. Like
Rich people debt is
superfluously.
I'm broke, but I can still pay this $1 million mortgage. I can still buy all the clothes I want to buy. I just can't rent the private jet anymore.
That's not even a
rich
problem
people
for
broke.
me. Like if I was rich like that wouldn't even be a problem. That I can't rent a jet, that's fine. I'm still rich as shit.
You know it's hard. I feel like him and Kim probably keep their money separately too. Like,
I think
Kim's not dumb.
Yeah.
Kim's not dumb.
do you think she's planning her exit plan?
Yeah, I think that Kim is going to go into politics. I think
Kim Kardashian?
Donald Trump is your president.
Wow.
Why do you think Kim Kardashian is going
a
into
statement,
politics?
a word.
If you look at the trajectory of how she's starting to move away from just being like more like Instagram, naked, nude stuff. She posts stuff every now and then, but it's not as much as she used to. And now she's really in with this prison reform and using her voice to like really speak out about things. I think she really is trying to make a turn towards politics.
So you think she's going to be the next senator?
I think she will be senator, and I do believe she may run for president.
Wow, a statement.
I do.
I don't know. Is that
I'm
good
moving
news?
if that's the case.
I think she'll be a senator by 2020, and I think she's going to run
That's
for
next.
president.
That's in 7 months.
Yeah, I think she's
I
going
mean,
to throw her
9.
hat in. I think because if Kamala is going to be on the outs, that means that they need someone new. I don't think she'll be over Oakland, but I think like if someone over here like in Calabasas or something, yeah.
I don't see that.
Okay.
I just
Mark
don't see
my
that.
words.
Ooh.
And
They
you're
should
gonna
turn
vote
that
for
into
her.
a remix. You said that really good.
I may.
Wow, you're the
Imagine
problem.
how lit that inauguration will be.
Senator
You're the problem.
Kardashian West. So would she be Senator Kardashian West by then? Do you think she would have divorced the Khans? What do we think?
She can't divorce him until election week. Y'all watch Scandal.
Kind of.
Y'all watch Scandal. You gotta have.
I really hope you're not
all
speaking this
press
into
is good
existence.
press, so you have to do it like when it's high time. Like when Fitz was going for his second election, he had his son killed. Well, they had his son killed.
Oh Lord.
Well, Cyrus had his
did,
son.
because he had to win the election.
Yeah, he didn't know he was about to die.
He didn't know he was about to die, but
That is terrible.
they got to drop the bomb right before the election.
He had his son killed.
Well, he didn't know he was about to die. His chief of staff had his son killed,
Why did Cyrus do that?
so he could
won the
win.
election because he was going to lose.
Yeah, so everybody's gonna feel sad for him. Like, oh, let me vote for
That's
Fitz
an
now.
extreme. He couldn't have
Cyrus is very evil,
hurt his leg or something like that, or
No.
maybe.
and Cyrus is the one that actually killed him.
Yeah.
He injected him with something. He like touched his arm. I mean his shoulder,
Shoulder
like injected
with a
him.
needle on like.
Did the son look back and see?
No, he just dropped out. He just
dropped.
fell.
He just fell right there during the speech while they was clapping this shit.
Fitz eventually found out,
Yeah.
but it didn't seem like he cared. He was mad, but it didn't seem like that nigga would have been locked up if that was me.
The evil. The evil. I
Yeah.
don't know. People do so much. People do so much to try and get that clout, to get their attentions. It's just a lot. I don't know why I went southern. That was weird.
You did go a little southern down there, but it was okay because we're Kentucky home and ground. Well, Chris is from Southfield, Michigan.
I'm actually from Los
I'm from
Angeles.
Metro Detroit too.
I'm not from Michigan.
Oh,
I just went to high school there.
That's okay. That makes sense. From Michigan.
No, it doesn't.
Kinda.
Thank you.
All right,
I will
Daniel
never in life.
Caesar.
I will never in life claim
Thank
that I'm
you.
from Michigan. just
You
'cause
are
I went to high
from
school in Michigan.
Michigan.
Just because I went to high school there,
Yes.
that doesn't mean that.
That's where
That
you.
makes
That's
you-
where you grew up. That's where you learned your stuff.
Yeah, high
That doesn't
school is
mean
like a
that.
pivotal point of a person's life. Like,
I-
you're a Detroit LAer, but I
Mhm.
don't think you're all an LAer.
I am all in LA. I went to high school in Michigan. That was it.
Okay, all right.
In middle school.
You went to middle school in Michigan too?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you from Detroit.
No, I'm
Come
not.
on.
No, I am not.
Come on.
I just no, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Whatever helps you. Whatever.
My license says California. My birth certificate says California. I'm from California.
Daniel Caesar.
Right. Exactly.
Let's get into these stories.
Exactly. All right, y'all. It's time for.
Bitch, you better read.
That's right.
What's my favorite word?
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, he's on
So
his
fucking
glasses.
annoying. So fucking annoying.
All right, guys. Number 1.
Numero uno.
Tori, you're supposed to yell number 1.
Number 1.
Thank you. All right. Wendy Williams reveals she's living in a sober house while battling addiction, guys. So, Wendy Williams has revealed that she is battling addiction and is currently living in a sober house. Williams made the announcement during her show on Tuesday where she opened up and said that she had been living in a sober facility in the tri-state area as she battles her addiction. While holding back tears, she said, "For some time now, and even today and beyond, I've been living in a sober house." I can't do both. Hold on. Wendy did not go into details about what type of addiction she has, but further explained that she has had problems with cocaine in the past. Wendy also revealed that she works with a 24-hour sober coach and asked that no one other than her husband and son knew about her battle until now. She also explained her daily routine as, after I go to Pilates and go to several meetings all around town in the tri-state areas, I go back to the house and we talk and we read, and then I get bored with them. The door's locked by 10 p.m. Their lights are out by 10 p.m. So I go to my room and stare at the ceiling and fall asleep. And then I come here to you. So that's my truth.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
I never knew she did coke. Never knew
Well, she
that.
was really honest and open about it in the past.
Yeah.
But I did not think that it was like a relative thing, like that's going on here.
My thing is, okay, so first of all, that was a lot. That's a lot to go before an audience, let alone to go before your friends and family. Like, hey, y'all, I'm back on the drugs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like to say it in front of an audience, I thought I read somewhere like a source said that it was gonna come out in the paper. So she
Yeah,
did
that was the Daily News reportedly had pictures of her
Doing
leaving-
it?
No, not doing
Oh.
crack.
Coke
That,
on the-
now that would have been out like way before. But her going like to the sober house
Oh.
and doing the thing, so they were gonna put it out. So she got in front of it and told her truth.
Dang.
But
you can't keep something like that secret for that long.
no,
Yeah.
you can't. And what makes me kind of sad is that people are attacking her because of what she does for a living and saying, "How can you talk about people and then you have your own demons?" But that's everybody in the world. I mean, like we all have an opinion about something, but we're never perfect.
This is true. And I mean,
Plus, it's her career. Like, she has a career for doing that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And if you talk about people, like, why wouldn't you be able to talk about your own stuff? My biggest thing, okay, is like, okay, when you gonna really talk about this husband?
I think that's what
Her
everybody's
husband?
wondering too.
Uh-huh.
It's been alleged for a while that her husband has a mistress
Mm-hmm.
and that he
Oh.
lives with her sometimes. He treats her better than Wendy. It's also alleged that he is abusive to Wendy.
really?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a, like,
What's her husband's name?
Kevin Hunter.
Mm.
And allegedly she's about to pop. Like
Like,
his
she's pregnant?
mistress is pregnant, yes. And wants
Yeah.
him to leave Wendy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there was like vacation pictures and everything.
Yeah. So and that's part.
Recent?
And that's part
Yeah.
of. You remember Wendy took that long hiatus?
Yeah,
I don't-
when Nick
yeah.
Cannon was hosting?
Yeah. It was like a month or two. She was only supposed to be gone for like a week because her illness, and then she sprained her arm, and she's supposed to get back, but then it turned into this
She
big long
sprained
thing.
her arm, quotations.
Probably was the drugs.
It's probably
the high
Kevin.
fell.
It's Kevin, right?
Yeah.
it's
Kevin.
probably Kevin.
I think it's a lot of things that go into play, and y'all pray for Wendy.
Yeah.
Pray her strength in the Lord.
I wonder
Now I have some, because I do my research and shit.
Mm.
All right. So there's been a lot of talks about living your truth and accepting that you need help. Has there been something that you all struggled with recently that you had to go get outside assistance with? Like you said, like I cannot deal with this.
No. I don't think so.
Before I got to LA, I did. I was
Mhm.
stripping.
You was stripping or tripping?
I was stripping. I actually.
I thought that's what she said, too. That's why I was looking at you like that.
No, I had to make a lot of extra money, and I...
Get out my face. Get out my face.
Okay, I'm joking. No, because I think, just really when I think about big changes in my life or like making a career change or literally moving, y'all, I drove from Detroit to LA. Like I drove in a vehicle, actually in a Buick Verano. It's not a big back seat with all your belongings. So like getting rid of all of my stuff and trying to do a career change and really like quote unquote going out here to chase my dreams. Like I need to go to me a little bit of therapy because bitch was about to pop. Just in the head a little bit. So I just kind of had like really to go to friends and family like, I'm nervous about this. I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling inadequate. I feel like a little bit like And I just needed a lot of reassurance.
Yeah,
So,
especially coming here, it's like the cost of living is extreme. The like the whole scenery is different. Like the whole people
Mhm.
and everything like that. So I think that's expected for people to do that. Come out here for the first time,
yeah.
especially and you drove here. Like
Yeah.
that's wow.
Yeah, it was good, but like right when I got to like apparently okay, first of all, New Mexico and Mexico are like two different things. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did that.
I didn't know that. If you guys knew that, then I knew it too. Anyway, so like right about in New Mexico, I was just like,
Yeah,
oh
New
my god.
Mexico's America.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wait, did you drive to Mexico?
Yep, we went to New Mexico.
Okay, about to
Oh.
say, did you see the wall?
No, I
Did
didn't.
you see the people
I
out
saw
there
some
trying to build the
mountains
wall?
though at a diner, and I had some taquitos from a gas station. Would not recommend that. Mm-mm.
So were you like? Did it say, "Hey, go to Mexico"? Hey, New Mexico. Like, what made you? Like, what happened?
Oh, I just went to New Mexico. That
Oh.
was it. We just drove through New Mexico and then we went to Arizona. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, we went to Flagstaff, Arizona. But anyway, yeah. So like when I was driving through New Mexico, and I'm just like, oh wow, all my stuff is in here. I'm about to
Mhm.
move to LA. That's when I was just like, I just started crying. But I feel like
It'll all be worth it too. Well, it is worth it
I think so.
because you're chasing your dream.
Yeah, and I don't regret my move.
Mm-hmm.
And worst comes to worst, I know how to get it. I ain't trapping, but I will walk me a dog. Okay, I will walk me a dog.
That's good.
That's it.
Kelvin, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, we're listening.
I use my friends as a sounding board.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say go to therapy and stuff, and you should probably go to therapy, but Sherman's a clinical therapist.
You don't like listening to your friends.
I do listen to my friends.
Yes, he does.
I
He
don't
gets
think he does.
insight.
The
I get
times I give him
insight,
insight, he
bro.
does not listen.
I do listen to you, Chris. I just don't automatically
You don't
take
listen.
heed.
Mm.
You don't listen.
I do.
I've noticed that.
I do, Chris. I do listen to you. We talk all the time.
It's good to be able to bounce friends you can have, even if like you don't follow what they say. It's just good to be able to get different perspectives on the way you feel. From
I am
friends.
pretty sure everything I've told him about whatever situation he talks to me about, I'm pretty sure they tell you the same thing.
They do. They just say it
In a different
differently.
way.
In a different way. And I think that's
I say it in a blunt way,
yeah.
and then I'm
They probably
sure
wrap it up, and make it nice.
yeah, and I'm sure they say it in however way that they say it, but it's all the same shit. I'm
It is
pretty
all.
sure.
It's all the same shit in a basket.
Oh.
And you don't listen.
I do listen. I take that. I take heed of it, and then I let it linger, and let it simmer in my soul, and then I go and I act on it.
Mhm.
I really do. And I think that's sometimes you just got to do that. You know, you gotta let it linger.
But
sometimes.
certain situations I don't like talking to my friends about. Well, depending on who the friend,
the friend is, yeah.
But majority of the time I would ask somebody something, but it's like sometimes I'd rather just deal with it on my own.
Mhm.
Because I think only I would know what to do in a situation. I mean, like your friends would tell you what they think they should do, but really only you know what you want to do in
And
a
what's
situation.
best for the situation.
This is true. Sometimes you can't take things to people, especially if they're really precious. If it's like a dream or a goal or a vision or just something. Getting so
Mhm.
many different perspectives, it just dilutes the original purity of like whatever your idea was. So
Mhm.
sometimes I'm all about keeping things in.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Sometimes I do keep things in, but then I don't know
It depends on what.
Yeah.
thing
what
is.
it is.
Depends on what
Yeah,
it is.
what it is.
Like if
and
I
how
don't mind
deep it
somebody
is.
knowing,
Yeah.
fuck it, okay. But something that's like more personal, it's like I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'd rather just ask my mom or something like that.
yeah,
Moms be knowing.
Yeah, my mom be knowing every fucking thing.
yeah.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, shout out to moms.
You were in a deep thought. What were you about to say?
I was just thinking, like, how often do I like consult my friends with things that I'm going through? It's always usually relationship stuff.
What?
It's never like work stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'll say.
Yeah, Chris told me to quit every day, but no, more so like relationship stuff.
That you are
Crazy.
listening to, or what?
I thought you said like that. I am crazy because
You can be.
I can be.
What? I wouldn't imagine. Not Kelvin.
I know
Yes.
I'm a really nice person, Toy.
Piss him off. He's crazy.
I'm a Scorpio, so we have two sides.
I hate
You're
when
a
you bring your
Scorpio?
sign into shit.
Because it matters.
It doesn't.
Real ass bitch. Give a fuck about it.
It matters.
It doesn't.
It does.
You think the signs are really important like that though?
He do. I don't. think so at all.
Signs really do matter, and you have to know about that with your compatibility.
I'm a Cancer. What does that mean? I just feel like we're really emotional,
You're
and I
really
just
emotional.
be falling in love every
You guys
now
are
and then,
really
like, all the
emotional.
time.
Y'all fall fast, and you all take things personally sometimes.
Just because you're a specific sign does not mean that you
This
fall
is-
fast.
Look, this is it. I have two personalities. I
What are you
got
reading? What is this?
Scorpio.
Horoscope today.
I have two personalities. I got this goofy, friendly, goofy ass friendly motherfucker. Then I got the motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you
What is the urban
or
horoscope?
what you stand for.
What
It's
is that?
adding
Choice.
words.
Were you adding those? That was not in there.
That was in there.
That's a screenshot. Where'd you get that from? Twitter?
This is my horoscope.
Can you read mine?
I can find it. Let me find it. But no, so like what I thought was really interesting is that Wendy has been open in the past about her drug addiction, and like she also talked about her son's drug addiction.
Yeah.
Do you
What's
think
your
that?
son addicted to?
Well,
Cocaine?
like, wasn't it synthetic weed?
Yeah, synthetic weed, and
Synthetic
he had to
weed.
go to rehab for that as
What
well.
is synthetic weed?
Chris,
You know, they
it's
used to
new
do like
kids.
the K9. Remember, it had people like foaming at the mouth and like eating
Yeah.
people.
Remember
Eating
used to do
people?
like the not the Molly. What was it called?
It was like synthetic
bath
weed.
salts.
K9.
Yeah.
K2.
My cousin passed on that.
Really?
Like he died off that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What?
It's okay. It's his fault. He shouldn't have did that shit.
Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up, and I love him to death. God rest his soul, but he knew better and was warned.
Did you
not
say
to do
bath
it.
salts?
Yeah.
What is what?
Bath salts is kind of like the synthetic weed, like the synthetic drugs.
Bath
it-
salts that you
that's-
put in a bath?
No, not that type of bath salts.
It's like super chemical bath salts,
Yeah.
or I guess like the same compound or
Are you
something.
saying bath salts or bass salts?
Bath.
Like BATH?
Yeah.
Yes.
My
Okay.
cousin, he passed on that. God rest his soul, but he died off is like the synthetic stuff because it will swell your throat and it will like cause you to choke.
Oh my god.
Do you know that going into it?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
knew that, right?
Yeah, there's been multiple people that have been passed that have died off of that.
You know, it's hard though when you're addicted.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So the thing is, like, do you think that Wendy's son learned that from like, is that a learned trait
Child,
or like addiction? Do you think addiction is a learned habit or a learned trait?
me and my friend were just talking about that. Like, maybe it's not that it runs in your family, but it's like habits that run in your family or tendencies that run in your family. Like, some people have addictive personalities. I know. Never mind. But yeah, some people some people have like addictive personalities, and we were talking about addiction and you know, their, I don't want to say drug of choice, or their addiction of choice kind of maybe seems to be leaning towards drugs or narcotics, or you know, and it just happens.
No, I
if you
agree.
don't catch it.
I don't think. I only say no. Well, this is just for me. Like this can be for anybody. But like my dad, well, I think he still is. He's addicted to drugs and alcohol.
You think he still is?
I know my dad is.
Yeah, I know my. Well, I haven't seen him do drugs in a while, but alcohol, I know he's still alcoholic. But I didn't develop that from him. Like, I've never done drugs a day in my life.
See, that's why I agree with Toy. I don't think that it's more so drugs, but I think it's like your drug of choice. Like I know I have a very addictive personality. Like, so like if I start eating chocolate, I'm going to eat the entire bag of chocolate and like have all these cravings for chocolate over and over and over again. Just like once I start working
Is that
out,
the same?
it really is the same. Like addiction does not come in just one form.
But I think if you have a bag of candy,
Let me.
that's
Can
the-
I finish my?
Go ahead.
Just
Go
like the
ahead.
tight part. But like even like when I was working out in Kentucky, like I got so committed to working out that I was like really skinny
You were really skinny.
because I was always like in the gym or running or something like that because I got addicted to doing it. And I think like I know that's how I am. Like I have an addicted personality. So sometimes I think like, wow, like that's why I don't do drugs. Like if I did drugs, I'm like, oh shit, I'd be strung out. I'd be
I
a
hope that's not
junkie.
the reason why you don't do drugs.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
That's a good reason, though.
Like that's why I never smoke. Like I take an edible and be like high for
You
a little
still
bit.
smoke.
Hello.
No, I don't smoke. But I know if I start smoking, then I'll be like, oh, well, I need
You
a
gonna be a
banana
weed
every
head.
day.
So is it what you started doing media and now you can't stop?
And now I can't stop. I got addicted to the limelight.
You be addicted to niggas.
Yeah, you can be.
Mm.
I think you can.
Well,
If you're a
Chris
nympho,
is giving
you
me a stink face.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
You can be a nympho.
I just feel like I have to be, when I'm dating somebody, I just have to put like boundaries and barriers up because I can get addicted to the person that I'm dating. Like we want to talk to them all the time or just sit up in their face and like stare at them.
But that's you though. Like you don't want to scale back how you are.
Until like the right person can take it because, you know, I'm a lot. All right. Yep, Wendy.
I don't know. I don't believe in you shouldn't scale that back.
Yeah, this is true.
I think if you're passionate about somebody, be passionate, be all the way in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you half-assing.
Unless they're showing you if their energy isn't matching your energy, then get the fuck on.
This is true.
That's I've learned that the hard way. So
Chris over here dropping gems.
I try to from time to
Dropping
time.
good news. Dropping wisdom.
From time to time.
Yeah, but that Wendy thing, I think eventually she is going to have to talk about her husband and this alleged mistress. Because before, she sort of talked about it, but she was just like, we're solid. Look at this rock on my finger.
You sound just like her.
Don't believe what anybody says because, you heard it here first. But I don't know.
You should go to impersonations.
Really? You think I should? I do a good...
If they do a biopic about Wendy, you need to audition.
I do a good Eddie Murphy, too.
Let me hear it.
No, I don't want to. I'll say that for another time. I like a good donkey. Maybe not like...
Oh, wait, okay.
And in the morning,
he sounded like
waffles. A little bit. But no, it's going to be a hard...
I didn't know. I mean,
hard
but how does
effort to
she... What is she... So you saying she needs to admit it? Or just talk about it?
Admit it and talk about it. Because she has a whole A-word talk show. A whole ass talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally talks about everything, but she is not addressing this huge elephant in the room. And at this point, it's not just allegedly. We've seen pictures of her husband and the mistress on vacation together. Allegedly, she is pregnant. Who was it? Was it Us Weekly or the Daily Mail? Us Weekly did an entire spread. They're living together in a separate house. Yes.
Wow.
They're living in a separate house. He's there such and such times a week. And I think Entertainment Tonight said they came out with a source that said Wendy was about to go into have a mental breakdown, really, just because you imagine already trying to go through and struggling to fight addiction, and on top of that, people are talking about your husband, the person who was supposed to be loving you, supporting you during this time is with somebody else. She's gonna have to talk about it, but it does make me feel bad for her, because at that point, if you're talking about everyone but you can't be honest and open about something that everybody knows and you're trying to hold it all together.
But it sounds like she's accepting whatever Kevin, right? It sounds like she's accepting whatever Kevin's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It don't seem like she is pressed about it, I guess. Unless, I think she probably knows, right? You would have to know some shit like that.
From what she been telling the show, she said ain't nothing going on.
She said, she says nothing.
But if there's proof, these pictures and all of that, ain't no way nobody, Wendy, you seen these pictures? Ain't no way nobody hasn't said that to her.
She hasn't.
And ain't no way they haven't talked about it. Come on now. She hasn't not said, Kevin, what the fuck is this?
I'm pretty sure they had the private conversation.
Yeah, but publicly...
Yeah, she knows about it.
But publicly no.
She ain't said nothing.
She knows about it. She knows she getting cheated on.
I think
or she's just accepting
Kevin is
it.
also her manager, and they have a lot of business and stuff together, so I think she's also thinking about the long run. Maybe she wants little Kevin to finish college first, or she knows that little Kevin is going through a lot and doesn't want him to go back on drugs, or... But girl, get out.
In the words of Miss Seeley, you better bash Mr. Head in and think about God later.
Get out.
That wasn't Miss Seeley. That was Sophia.
Yeah, that was.
She better bash Kevin Head in, collect that check, and think about it later.
She can sue him, too. Just like Mariah Carey sued her ex.
For a waste of time. But Mariah already put that in there.
And the
agreement.
Yeah, yeah. Damn. I'm sure Wendy ain't do that.
I'm about to start doing that, though.
I'm suing you for a waste of my time.
That's crazy that you can actually do that.
When we start dating, I need you to sign this agreement.
I don't know.
What's next?
Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all.
Next on the...
Because we do have a live show.
I know.
As you always tell me.
And I'm working and... Child, there's a lot going on. All right. So, Dame Dash face... Oh, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Thank you, because we are on. This is a live show.
Oh, now we're live. So now we're live.
This is a live show. Dame Dash faces a $7 million defamation lawsuit. So get into this. So Dame Dash is reportedly being sued for $7 million over a defamatory comments, made on social media towards director John Weber.
Ooh. So
Weber said he lost $6 million of investments on a project which specifically referenced the actions of Dash as the reason the contract was terminated, plus another gig worth $275,000. Additionally, the plaintiff claims that he accurately calculated his actual damage suffered based on Dame's social media follower account. Okay, so are y'all getting into this? Are y'all following?
Slightly.
Okay, so
I just know he always in debt. I know that.
he's suing Dame because he says Dash has 535,000 Instagram followers and 30,000 YouTube subscribers, which he believes values the damage of an additional $565,000 lawsuit. So that's $1 for each follower. And in total, he's asking for $6.8 million for himself and another $565,000 for his company, Muddy Water Pictures.
Ooh, he said when they go low, we go high, and he going high in them dollars, honey.
He is suing Dame for tweeting or saying things negative about him and said it's hurt his project.
I thought
and
you said. Go ahead.
And he is suing him for the amount of followers he has. So $1 for every follower for his company. Because that's how many people allegedly heard this stuff.
I think that number is a little overzealous, personally. Like that's a lot of damn money. Six millions and millions of dollars,
Yeah,
and it's much. It's too much.
Because not every follower listen to that.
Right.
So, nigga, how you know?
I think it's creative. If he wins this, it will really change the way that people sue people. Because defamation, libel, slander, those are all things that people like written or like said in a public forum. And then like when people tweet all types of stuff, you know, just funny stuff or jokes and things like that. But like if he claims that Dame Dash did this to him and he can sue him for every follower he has, imagine someone, you know, one of us, what if we just hit big and we get 100,000 followers? And then someone says, you said something rude to me, so I'm going to sue you for every follower you have. And now you have a $100,000 lawsuit against you.
He's tripping.
Yeah.
I don't think if he wins, I don't think he's gonna get that much money. But I also think this needs to be a wise, like a big learned lesson for Dame Dash, because he's always going hard in terms of like the talking department and the way that you talk about people. I mean, you can't do that. You know, we're in social media you know, we're in the social media era, and on top of that, people are sensitive. You can't just be out here like saying.
That's what I'm gonna say too. Like, have y'all ever tweeted or said something that you felt was going to get you in trouble lately?
I'm pretty sure I have.
I probably need to go back and look.
Yeah,
at some
I'm
tweets,
pretty sure I
not
have.
Gonna lie.
Like, if I ever became Christopher Armani, I think I'll be canceled.
You think be canceled?
Yeah.
Y'all can't cancel me.
But I just feel like, I mean, it was old.
Unique?
It was
I've
old.
said some stuff about old people on red carpets.
Yeah, but like, if I ever,
shows.
like, if I became who I want to become, then I would have to make a statement.
When I become who I want to become, please screenshot and send it to me so I can also tell you
I would have
how
to make a
feel
statement.
now.
Yeah, I would have to make a statement. Like, I mean, I was young then. I was probably 20 when I made that or whatever.
I'm not backing down from it.
Dang.
But you will have to. I feel like you would have
I've
to.
never
submit
said. I
like
don't
a
think I said
statement or
anything racist.
Oh, I know.
Or I haven't said anything like really like mean or derogatory.
I know I have.
But like I know I make like jokes about people. So
Well, red carpet jokes, I don't think nobody gonna say nothing about that.
yeah,
They may call you mean or some
Yeah.
shit, but
like call me fake.
yeah,
You just talking about Lady Gaga outfit. Now you're in the picture with her.
yeah. Now you interviewing
You
her,
so two-faced.
right?
Yeah, bitch.
You know
It's
how
Lady
the media.
Gaga.
You know how the media can
The
be.
fuck? You ain't gonna.
He
You
is.
ain't gonna interview Lady Gaga. Sit down in front of you. Ain't gonna say hello, Miss Gaga,
Miss Gaga.
Miss Lady, Mrs. Miss. I don't know how we gonna say.
She's an Oscar award winner.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never said anything super crazy on social media. I try not, especially now I'm a little bit more guarded because I always think in the back of my mind, even though there's no chance of this happening, what if one day I want to become governor and they pull this stuff up and all of a sudden it ruins my chances?
I thought about that too because I do want to go into politics.
Mhm.
I really have been lately thinking about going to politics
Since fucking when?
since.
What do you wanna be?
Since like 2018,
What do you wanna be?
It's been going back and forth in my mind. But you know,
Please tell me what you want to be.
I really either want to be like a senator or a governor.
Of
That's why he was
California.
talking about Kim Kardashian, Senator Byers.
I think I would be a great politician.
Of California.
I'm nice.
Of California.
You're
I
nice.
care about people.
You care.
I am stern in my feelings,
Mm.
and I know how to make great decisions. And I think the
You wanna
state
do
of
that out
California would
here?
be great. Yeah, I haven't lived here long enough though, right?
I don't know.
Kelvin Byers. Senator Byers.
Senator Byers.
Kelvin Byers for the people.
For the people. I think my logo. Wow, yeah,
What's
I'm
your
so
campaign
ready. I'm
phrase?
so ready.
Campaign.
My
Wow.
I don't know what my campaign slogan would be though.
Kelvin Byers.
Get right or get left. Can I do that?
Don't do that.
I can't do
I feel
that?
a little
Get right or
urban
get left?
when we're talking about reaching the masses.
Yeah.
Get
You
right.
need something black.
Something black.
No, he
I
needs
think
something
so.
Like all the way. Like
We got y'all. Vote for me. I got you.
Maybe that's like
I got you.
that might be taken.
IGOTCHU. I got you.
I got you.
I got you.
I wouldn't vote for you off that.
You wouldn't
A
vote or
move.
you would? You wouldn't or would?
I wouldn't.
That's fashion.
That's a t-shirt.
Off your slogan alone, I wouldn't.
That's a t-shirt.
I got you, but he got you though. Why would you not?
I would.
vote for
I would
him?
need to go to his rallies and shit.
As senator of California, I got you. I think it's perfect. Okay, so
Crying.
I already
Put
asked
your
that
fucking-
question.
are your
I already
glasses on?
asked that question.
Kelvin's glasses are not on, so if everyone is wondering,
I really hate when he
All right,
does
so
this.
with social media being a part of everyday life and opinions, do you think it's fair to single out someone's comments and say that they specifically are responsible for hurting your business?
if they said my name, honestly, game's on. Game on. If you say Toy Monet Creole, if you say Toy Creole, if say I had a brand called Trap God Brand, if you say the Trap God Brand, then we beefing, we fighting. I'm coming after
But
you.
can you blame one person for the downfall of your business, saying like they said this about it, like how the beef industry did Oprah?
Oh, Lord,
I thought that was
Beef
really
industry?
Yeah, Oprah said she was never eating another burger again after she found out how bad beef was and all this stuff, and then like
Oh, I remember that.
the,
Okay.
the,
I
the
remember.
stuff. Yeah, I don't think that you can single-handedly single out somebody and say this is the reason that
Well,
people don't fuck with me.
depending on who you are, you can. I'm pretty sure Beyonce said never eat Popeyes again. All of y'all was.
Beyonce just went vegan.
I'm saying,
and we
but
know
if,
she loved
but I'm
Popeyes.
saying if she specifically said not to do something, it depends on who you are.
Yeah, this is true.
Like if Oprah said not to do something, half the world is gonna listen. Half the world gonna listen when Beyonce says something.
This is true. I think with great power comes great responsibility, and when you know you're in a position of influence, you got to be careful about what you say. 'Cause people want their coin, and they will come after you.
Yeah,
Just like when Beyonce made that Red Lobster line.
and
Nigga,
they
everyone had
everybody
that
wants
Red
the
Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
right.
Cheddar biscuit.
Depending on who you are, you can definitely make some shit happen.
This is true.
Well,
Now me on the other
let me
hand.
say something there. Let me watch my mouth because I don't want to go to jail for nothing.
You don't want to be sued.
For nothing. All right, number 3.
Number
Is this
three.
number 3 or number?
3?
This is number 3. All right, Mama June was charged in crack cocaine arrest, y'all.
Who?
Mama June, and she's facing a year in jail.
Who's
So June Shannon, a.k.a. Mama June, has officially been charged after her arrest last week following a domestic dispute with her boyfriend, Gino Delca. Now, the 39-year-old was charged with a I got to read this in country accent because you know how they talk on Honey Boo Boo. The 39-year-old was charged with a felony possession of controlled substance and a misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. The controlled substance is listed as crack cocaine, y'all, and the paraphernalia was noted by officers as showing evidence of crack cocaine residue that has been recently used. Now, due to her action, Shannon now faces up 1 year in jail on felony drug charges. While Shannon is in some serious trouble, it's not clear if her reality show, Mama June, Hot or Not, which recently premiered on WeTV, will also be affected due to her arrest. Now, they said that they got caught at the gas station with the crack cocaine because her and her husband was fighting out there at the gas station. They pulled up on them, and they found the crack cocaine in the car. And they all saying that it's not really Mama June's crack. It's actually her boyfriend's crack, but she's taking the fall for it.
Who's Mama June?
You never watch Here Comes Honey Boo Boo?
You know,
From
little chubby girl,
The
Lana.
her mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mama June used to be big, but now she's hot.
Yeah,
She
Now
got
she's
skinny. She got skinny. Well, ish. She lost weight.
yeah. She went from an obese woman to a thick girl.
Yeah, now she's thick. But she's just in the news recently because she had the domestic abuse down there in Alabama. Now it's happening again. Do you think that her boyfriend is toxic? And she doesn't have a good choice of men because the last man she was with was a molester.
I was gonna say, yeah. First of, okay. So this is my thing. Sometimes you just need to call it what it is. TLC. Oh, I'm not about to say that. But this is ghetto. This is real ghetto. She has a show on TLC from Not to Hot. I agree with Kelvin. Like, she doesn't make good boyfriend choices because
No.
clearly, the last one, molested her daughter, did jail time for that. Was on the show.
Her
till
boyfriend
they found
did?
out. Yes.
Wow.
Her boyfriend molested her daughter, did jail time, was on the show. Then they found out show got canceled. Now this boyfriend, okay, remember if you looked at the TLC trailer, he was like, he like shaved her J.
Mm-hmm.
Shaved her. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, I don't know, that kind of was random, but it's just she doesn't seem to have a good picking man. First of all, second of all, if y'all is fighting at the gas station in Alabama, that is a little trap. That's a little urban. That's a little ghetto. That's a little,
It's very ghetto.
streets. And she's taking the fall for her boyfriend. Is she a rider or whatever? But girl, you got to know who to ride for. I would have sung like a canary. Told them I just met him 2 hours ago, and I would not be involved in that mess, honey. But I don't know. She got the chill. She gonna mess up that TLC check. She
Right.
gonna go from
She's
right
got
back.
The
the
show is still
whole
on?
chill.
I think it is. They're still doing trailers for it.
How old is that girl now?
She's
She's
like
like
12.
12, 13 years old.
Mama June got her spinoff, so I don't
Yeah.
know if
She got a
Alana's show is
spinoff.
off.
Yeah, Alana still be in the show. She pops in every now and then. She's not doing the pageants anymore like she used to do
Yeah.
because she's a little outgrown for the pageants, but she doesn't do that. But Mama June had a weight loss journey, and they're following Mama June on her weight loss journey.
Yeah, she got her own spinoff.
Interesting.
She's a little sexy now. Sexy June.
Yeah, I don't. What? I don't. I'm okay. Never mind.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, I'm confused, and I do have a lot of questions.
Well,
What are
More
some
so
of those
confused.
questions?
I don't even know where to start.
This is a lot to unpack, as I like to say. So let's start unpacking it.
I don't
What's
even
the
know where to.
first part?
I don't know where to start. I just don't. I don't know.
It just seems like.
Well,
a
you
lot.
know, Mama June has been criticized recently for her weight loss, saying that she did it all natural, but
She-
people think she didn't. Do you think it's okay to judge other people on how they lose weight?
To judge them, no.
To judge them, no. To judge the way in which they communicate that losing weight and if they are real about that. If you got you a little gastric bypass, tell them, okay? Don't tell me you lost all that weight when I see you eating chicken and I know you had a little surgery help, a little snip, a little lipo here and there, sis.
Now I be thinking people be lying. Like when they be huge, then out of nowhere they just be skinny as shit. That wasn't natural. Cause it only be taking like a week or two.
Yeah, and I have no problem with people going and getting surgery and doing what they need to do.
You don't? I can get my booty done. You're
You
not
can
gonna
get
say
your
nothing,
booty done.
Kelvin?
I will not judge you.
I can get.
Get all what you want. If whatever's gonna make you feel better, but just be honest about what you're doing and just don't overdo it, because that's when it gets a little murky.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're being safe, because just like we talked about people having addictive personalities, you can get addicted to that surgery. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Lil' Kim.
That's sad.
People can get addicted to that.
Michael wasn't.
Michael
addicted.
definitely was addicted.
He didn't like the way he looked.
and
That
he
can still
started
mean
and
that
he
you're
started he
addicted to
got getting
surgery.
really
No,
addicted.
Michael just
Anybody
didn't like the way he
Turned
looked.
from
Trying
Michael
to protect
Jackson
him.
to Elizabeth Taylor. They have
Michael
some type
did
of,
not like the way he looked. He hated the pigmentation on his skin. He hated how big his nose was. He hated he hated the way he looked. We're not about to sit here and say that man.
He was
He was
addicted.
still addicted to
He
surgery.
had
What
No, he
plenty of-
wasn't.
There were plenty of times that he could have said, "I can stop."
He didn't like the way he looked.
So he kept changing it.
Yes, he changed his nose several times. Changed his
Several.
chin. He changed his
Several.
cheeks. Changed
Several.
everything. His nose, all of that.
Yes.
His nostrils, all of
All
that.
of that.
He didn't like the way he looked.
You don't think that's an addiction to surgery?
Nope.
Okay, I think
I
it might
think-
be rooted in insecurity and discomfort, but I mean, he kept going. That's an addiction.
That's an addiction.
Because he was insecure about the way he looked.
But it okay. All right. Oh, and
Alright.
yeah. Okay. From that, another thing about from. Wow, I'm stuttering. Okay, that's not good news. We don't stutter at the good news.
Yes, we do.
podcast.
Yes, we do.
Oh, let me bring my good voice. Okay, so the fact that she had a show that was called From Hot to Not, I think also is problematic because basically you're in from hot to not. No, I'm sorry, from not to hot.
Yes,
because it's
yes.
insinuating one that you have to get glammed up to be. Well, I feel like it's a Hollywood thing, and let me not get super spiritual, but you have to be glammed up and you have to look a certain type of way in order to be considered beautiful. Like I almost wish they would have considered a little bit more of working on the spiritual work, or just talking about that. Because in real reality, she's still a hot guy mess as she was before.
Yeah.
She's just a little bit skinnier, and she ain't got that little chin fat up underneath there. She ain't got that little bowl underneath the chin. That's it.
That's it.
I need to look at this. I want to see the before and after.
Okay.
Okay, Google it. I'll get.
I'm
This
about
is
to Google it.
this is actually my favorite story. Let me take this off. This accent off. This is my favorite story of the week. Okay, so woman fakes her kidnapping and murder murder to break up with her broke boyfriend. Let me do that one more time.
Please, yeah, one more time.
A woman fakes her kidnapping and murder to break up with her broke boyfriend. Okay, so a woman in
Where'd
China.
you get this story? China?
Yes, a woman in China faked her own kidnapping and murder after finding out her boyfriend was poor, y'all. Now, she used the tactic so she did not have to end the relationship. Her name is Yu.
Why you?
Why you? Yu was dating her boyfriend, Lin, for a while and learned that he lived a very poor lifestyle when she visited his home during the Chinese New Year's. Now, Yu decided to act out her plan after visiting Lin's hometown and removed herself from their apartment. Moments after, she called her boyfriend and said she was kidnapped by her ex-husband. She sent text messages pretending to be her ex-husband, stating that she would be killed if he called the police. Now, after sending the threatening messages, Yu told Lin that she was killed and her body was thrown in the lake, y'all. Now, Lin contacted the local police and told them he was unable to cooperate with the girlfriend's kidnapper. Police investigated Yu's apartment kidnapping and death by checking surveillance footage. They discovered that Yu had been staying in a motel for 3 days after she staged her kidnapping and found her in the hotel room watching TV, y'all. So Yu explained to the police that she wanted to end a relationship after discovering that he was poor and realized that she could not break up with him because she believed that he would become too clingy. She was arrested and stayed in police custody for 10 days on her social disruption charges.
I would have never thought other nationalities would do some shit like this. Like, I thought you were going to say, like, the woman was black. And she just happened to be in China and she did that.
No.
Like, I didn't think you were about to tell me a woman named Yu.
You got to get away.
I got to what?
You got to get away. You had to go.
Wow.
You had to go.
But wasn't China the same place where, like, a man sued a woman because he was like, my kids are ugly?
Yes.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
China be doing some ghetto stuff. China probably, like, might be on the category of Florida in terms of, like, crazy things that happen there.
I agree. Now, this has to be one of the most elaborate ways to break up with somebody.
Why not just
What is
leave
the
nigga?
most petty way you've broken up with somebody?
I'm not a good breaker-upper. Usually they have to break up with me, and it's like this long, drawn-out process. Because I am so, like, I'll tell somebody something, but then I just don't really follow up with it. I'm a leader on her.
Breaking up with somebody in text message is petty.
Oh, my gosh, that's trash.
Well, as a kid, I haven't done that in my adult life.
Okay.
And then...
Last week he was a kid. Now he's mad.
And then, I remember in 8th grade. In 8th grade, it was this girl I was with, and I didn't want to be with her anymore. My ass went in the middle of the hallway and did like this Michael Jackson number and was like, "It's over," and then we broke up.
Did a lot of people see it?
Everybody saw it. I don't know what the fuck made me say, get in the hallway, do a spin, and say it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me do that. Somebody had to gas me up to do that, but
that poor little 13-year-old girl.
Did she talk to you after that? Was y'all cool?
we went to high school.
Ain't
We
no
were cool
way.
at high school.
Wow.
Because
Why can
I think
see
we
your
forgot.
little ass spinning in the hallway.
I don't know what the fuck made me do that though. Like I don't know.
A boy broke up with me over the phone one time. So I called him back on 3 with my friend. I was like, it's not over till I say it's over. And now I'm saying it's over. It was horrible. He was like, okay.
I think I broke up with someone. I broke up with a lot of people. But,
Actually, I have broken up with
Kelvin
somebody
the
in text message.
Scorpio.
but not pettiness, but I think for petty reasons over the time. Because sometimes you just don't see yourself with that person.
How do you break up with someone? Like, how do you do that as an adult?
It hurts me, but sometimes it has to happen. And I draw it out. Chris knows this. I draw it out for the longest. I don't want to do it, but then I'm just like, you know what? Honestly, I just don't think that this is going to be conducive to both of our living situations. I don't think this is going to happen.
You
So
make
you
it sound
say-
like y'all niggas is roommates.
Do you
We
make
have
them?
to leave.
Do you make them like okay? So how? Because once I break up with somebody, like I'll want to go back and still talk to them. So like, do you do that?
I try to break up as friends as much as possible, so like we both can be cool. But a lot of times they don't want to talk to me afterwards, which is
Really?
understandable.
So do you take them like? Are y'all in a dinner? Can you like physically?
No.
Oh, sometimes no,
No.
never in public.
Do you just meet them? Do you talk to them over the phone and do this?
Most of the time they like either over the house or like we're out like in a secluded area, never in public because niggas get crazy when you start doing shit in public and they want to start a scene, and I ain't got time for that. They're like, damn, y'all see Kelvin?
Did you see Senator Byers out
Right,
there?
Senator Byers out there acting a monkey.
That's the first tabloid.
Yes, Senator Byers breaks up with boyfriend in the middle of Times Square. No, so it'd be crazy. No, you got to make sure they're in a secluded place and make sure y'all are where a conversation can be
I'm
had.
giving tips next week on how to break up with somebody.
Please,
What?
please do.
I think that would be good because I'm okay. So, in a secluded place, not in public.
It doesn't matter where you are.
It doesn't matter where you are. Okay.
To me.
Do you have to be in person or over the phone?
I think in person is better.
You think in person is better?
I think over the phone is very impersonable.
So do you say something like, "Hey Bob, so I think you're great and we have had a really good run and I've enjoyed talking to you, but I just think physically the place that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
I can no longer date you."
That's great, yeah.
Oh, it sounds so mean.
But
It sounds
but
mean,
wait,
but, hey,
but
sis,
then-
that's what you gotta do.
if I was Bob, I would be like, why did we get together in the first place if you were never in this place to begin with?
Because I really liked you and like I enjoyed the time that we had, but I'm not trying to do a relationship with you.
Or just say
So
this.
why not?
You know what?
Why not just
When
be
we
single
start
and
dating-
just continue to date?
When
with
we
the
started
person?
dating, I
don't
thought
want
you
this to-
were someone that I could bring into this life and that we could live together with. But after seeing and trying this thing for a while, I realized that we may be on two different paths, and that is okay.
What are you talking about, Kelvin?
Well, basically, I'm saying that I don't think that we should be together anymore. We can be friends, but I think us as a unit may not be the best for both of us. And it's not just you, but it's also me too. I know that I may not be the right person that you need at this time to help you get to where you need to be next, and that's okay. We can still be friends, and I will still check up on you, make sure you're good.
But how are you saying that without considering my feelings? Like you made a decision about us,
You know, and
without consulting me, Kelvin Byers.
and now I am considering your feelings when I tell you that I'm not who's best for you. Because if I did not consider your feelings, I would have just let this linger on. And that's not good for neither one of us.
Oh, he's good.
If
Ooh.
the other person is, that person should call you on your bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
I feel like
That's
you're running away
over.
from our relationship, Kelvin.
That's
Mhm.
fine.
If I treat you well, if we're having a good time, what's the problem? That's how dudes do me.
If the 400-meter fits, I'm going to run. Pew, pew.
What?
There's a track reference.
Oh.
He ain't shit.
400 meters.
That moral of the story, he ain't shit.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Anyway, I only have 2 more stories. I'm trying to hurry up so we can get through all of them, okay?
Okay.
Number 4.
You don't even number whatever.
Number 4.
Number whatever.
Number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so
Bless you.
thank you. USC is reportedly revoking degrees of alumni involved in the college scandal. Now, the college admission scandal has gotten so out of hand that USC officials are looking to revoke the degrees of alumni who were involved in the admissions bribing scheme. Following the news, over 50 high-profile parents, including Lori, Auntie Becky, and Felicity Huffman from Desert Housewives, have been involved in a fraudulent scheme to get their children into top schools. USC began their investigation into college admissions, okay? Wait, hold on, that was written horribly. They discovered that, okay, that's supposed to not be a comma, it's supposed to be a whole sentence, okay. USC began their investigation to the college admissions, comma. They discovered that at least 8 alumni got into the college by using the scheme. Sources close to the investigation revealed that TMZ officials are looking to revoke degrees of alumni who gained admission by fraud. As of now, the investigation is ongoing, and USC has also hired an outside auditing agency so they can resolve the fraudulent admission cases in 2 to 3 weeks. Many students claim they were unaware of how they got into these schools despite being awarded scholarships for sports they did not play. One student was
What?
even suicidal over the scandal and is currently receiving counseling.
Child.
What if Eric isn't really a graduate?
That's what I was going to say. I was hoping I was going to save it, but I knew it was going to be too late.
What?
Eric's degree may be fraudulent.
Eric graduated
Eric
from
graduated
SC,
from USC with his master's.
Eric.
so he may not be.
And
But was he on a sports team though?
No.
If he's on
No.
a sports team, it doesn't
No.
count.
But he's still probably fraudulent.
I think he is fraudulent.
I don't think you're fraudulent, Eric. I got your back.
Eric is fraudulent. No,
But how
but
the
do you
fuck
think
they-
that's fair?
How
That's
the,
my only question. Do you think that's fair?
how the fuck do you get admitted? But how? It's like how? Like how?
Well, as you know, if I would have knew about this when I was working at admissions at WKU, I would have never quit.
What?
You know how much money I would have made? You know how many people want to go to Western?
Kelvin,
You would be in jail.
you could have been in jail right now, though. So
I would have got away.
No, you wouldn't.
Ah!
No, you wouldn't.
He did like a cool little side move. He was like,
I would have got away, y'all. But like, I don't think it's fair
What
to the
is
students.
what fair?
Is revoking the student's degree fair? Because technically they may have got in fraudulently, but their grades weren't fraudulent. They had to do the work to get the degree. So they got in falsely
Since you put it that
on
way.
their parents' behalf, but like they did the work. So should the degree be revoked?
It's kind of a toughie on that one because at the end of the day, you got into this school because you lied and other people worked harder than you did and actually did it fairly. On the other hand, I've been in school, I've been doing the work, I'm making the grades. Give me what is owed to me. So I don't know. It's a toughie on that one. It is really tough because it's easy to say, just pull it from these kids, but they have been doing the work.
But also, some of the kids say they did not know what was going on. I can see that because a lot of parents don't say that, but. Also, if I keep seeing a sports scholarship on my financial aid record, and I know I ain't did no sports, I'm gonna be really concerned. But also, I know a lot of parents look at their students' financial aid records. When I was working for average students, they didn't even know how to do a FAFSA or things like that. So their parents were taking care of all those things. So it could be a way they didn't even see like the sports scholarship on there. Maybe it's just mommy and daddy were just taking care of it because they are rich. They come from wealthy families. They can pay to get in there. So I don't know. I can see how the kids can be blindsided. So I don't want to blame them. I want to blame the parents, and I don't want to take away their degrees.
You kind of can blame everybody though.
Yeah.
Kind of, because the kids knew they shouldn't have had the scholarship. If they didn't run a track, they didn't shoot a hoop, they didn't make not one touchdown. They know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but then again, I wouldn't say anything if I was getting that scholarship. I would just act, oh shit, I didn't even know. That's how I would feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all concerning.
Yeah. So low key, everybody is to blame, I guess. So.
Trash people. Okay, the last bitch you better read. The last one. You're supposed to say the last one.
I was waiting for you to the last one.
Thank you, because I don't know what number we are. Jay-Z's musical accomplishment with the Blueprint.
I'm sorry? Wait, he's making a musical about the Blueprint?
No, I think maybe I'm still feeling that edible. All right, so Jay-Z's The Blueprint album selected for the Library of Congress, y'all. So Jay-Z's music is making major history as his sixth studio album is selected to be in the Library of Congress. Jay-Z's sixth studio album, The Blueprint, is making major news because this is one of the 25 recordings that are getting honored and being inducted into the National Recording Registry. Released back in 2001 under Def Jam Records, this album sold over 427,000 copies in its first week. These big numbers made the album Jay-Z's fourth consecutive album to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. It also just so happened to be the album was released the same exact day of the tragic 9/11 attacks took place. Now, since the early 2000s release, the album has since been certified double platinum by the RIAA. The recent additions to the registry will also archive Robert F. Kennedy's speech following Martin Luther King's assassination in 1968, just 2 months before Kennedy himself was killed. That's dope.
I'm still confused.
So the album is being added to the National Recording Registry as like a moment of history and time that shaped America.
I didn't get none of that from what you just read.
Well, that's what the registry is for. The National Recording Registry is like music and time and speeches and things that are pivotal to the American experience.
Oh. Well, yeah, that is dope because honestly, all of his albums should be in there. Well, not every single one, but like a good 6 should be in there.
I think the Blueprint really put Jay-Z in another level lyrically and in
well, it's just the Blueprint 1?
Just the Blueprint 1.
Oh.
I think that album really changed him from like, oh, he's a rapper Jay-Z to being like, this is Jay-Z. It's solidifying him in the hip-hop world. And I think that's probably why.
I don't think that was the album.
Which album do you think it was?
Life and Time. I think wait, when did that come out? I think The Gift and the Curse. That's what made that nigga Jay-Z, I think. I mean, that's my opinion. But no, honestly, I think what made him a GOAT was the Black Album.
The Black Album? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't like Kingdom Come too much.
It wasn't him.
It was like a, hi, well, I'm back.
It was
cool.
still a good album, but it just
Yeah.
wasn't it wasn't a Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
That we know and love.
I still think Magna Carta Holy Grail is one of his best albums ever.
Top
Magna
what?
Carta Holy Grail
Top
was
3.
a good album.
Top 3.
Yeah,
No, that's not top
Yeah.
3. That's not top 3 at all.
I think top 3.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I think when we talk about Jay-Z and artists, and Jay-Z as an artist and kind of his consistency of the body of work that he puts out, he's done so much just for the culture. Just if we're looking at him as an artist for himself, like his influence, the work that he puts out, the features, the lyricism, the culture kind of impact. That's a lot. Then on top of that, just what he does for Black people. Like we saw him just kind of really, he makes these key and like very strategic moves when we talk about the Khalif Browder documentary, when we're talking about him supporting Meek Mill and kind of using his platform to talk about prison reform. We're talking about him supporting 21 Savage. There was another rapper, or I'm not sure, like there was something else that he did, but I don't know. I'm all here for it. I
And
think,
that what's his name? What's his name? Was Trayvon Martin documentary.
yeah, he's like behind a lot of the things in the culture. So he's a valuable as asset to Black people, and I'm here for him getting some recognition. Like, of course, people know him as the GOAT, but
Yeah.
this is big, and I think
This is big, and I think
That's a
that
good
it's
thing.
important that we are acknowledging hip hop music and its contribution to American culture as a whole, and telling the narrative of how we are who we are today. And I think the Blueprint really did a great way. It's a timestamp. It is the early 2000s. It really helped shape the way we listen to music, how music was made. It really mold how we are now. And I think that's a great thing. So if you are to add an album to the National Recording Registry, what album would that be for you?
the City Girls.
City Girls.
Real ass, give up, got it, straight, so we got it. That's the thing. I'm not sure what lyrics we would be able to put into the registry.
This is very true. Well, they put the Blueprint in. There's a lot of N-words in there. So.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, so
It had to be something about Michael. Is he? I don't think he's in the registry.
he may be.
Is he? He should be.
If Jay-Z's in there, I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson.
If he is, I don't know what album, but
Icon.
it would be. I'll probably put Bad in there
Bad in there.
because that's my favorite Michael album.
Oh, you a Michael fan, Michael
I'm
fan.
a stan.
He's a stan.
Yeah,
He's
Like
a
any-
I should have
anything
known when you
Michael.
tried to talk to us about the plastic surgery
Right.
and
Yeah.
the insecurities.
Chris won't
'Cause he
date
was just
Chris
insecure.
won't date a girl. She does not know Michael Jackson songs.
he just
Wow.
made that up.
But you didn't disagree.
He made that up.
But do you disagree?
I mean, she should know some.
If she does not know any Michael Jackson's,
Then I'm questioning her character. If she doesn't know not one song,
I feel the same way about Stevie.
like if you don't know not
Like,
one
if
song,
you can't sit and just chill with me, listen to Stevie, then why are we here?
yeah.
Wow.
Like if he was still alive, and I said let's go to a Michael concert, and she was just like, I don't really. Excuse me.
He a little old now. He don't really be dancing as much as he used to.
The Fuqua?
Yeah,
The
we gonna have to break up, or we gonna have to really sit here and unpack like why are we together?
Why, yeah. Like,
What are we
yeah,
doing?
talk.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. That's funny. No, that's real.
I would probably put like Songs in the Key of Life, but I'm pretty sure that's already in there. I will also put in Justified. I will also put in Just Listen. I will also put in
Justified by Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
That's not his best
I thought you
album.
were talking
It
about
is-
Smokey Norfolk.
No, Justified is Justin
That's,
Timberlake.
I
Or maybe the 2020 Experience. But not Future Love Songs. Future Sex Love Songs.
that's okay.
2020 or Justified, and I will also put
Future Sex Love Songs and 2020 Experience. They're really right here.
They're really.
They really are.
They're really.
Future Sex Love Songs was a great album.
It's a great album, but it's not the 2020 Experience. Part 1.
Yeah, just
Part
strictly
2
part one.
was, I don't know what that was going on. We did not need it.
Some songs we did.
It cost you the album of the year.
Some songs we did.
It cost him the album. That's why he didn't get any Grammys that year, because he put that shit out and it
Yeah.
cost him. But yeah, and then I also will put out Lemonade should be in the National Recording Registry. That or B-Day, one or the other.
Oh.
And I probably would add. What album got me through my life and times?
Man, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, that probably should be in there.
Poetry. It's like one that I can still throw back, play, and it just takes me somewhere. It's not something I can listen like on the way to the club or like every day, but
I thought that album was so overrated.
you thought it was.
I thought his best. I think his best album is Good Kid, Mad City.
That was a good album. I don't know, his bodies of work I think are very poignant.
I don't know. Like Damn, I didn't like Damn.
I
I like the few songs off Damn.
I actually still haven't listened to all of Damn.
You're not missing
It's
anything.
more so of a commercial Kendrick.
Oh,
And then like that
If you
EP
will.
he put out with like 7 songs, I didn't care for that.
Oh, I didn't count that one. I didn't
I
count
don't
that.
know. I'm not gonna say he fell off, but it's like I don't know.
he's not putting
Oh,
a lot into making
Destiny should
music.
Fulfilled should also be on the registry.
Kelvin had to add Destiny's Child up in there. Destiny's
I don't know
Child.
what album that is.
Yeah, what album is that?
Beyonce, Destiny Child's last album.
Really?
I don't know what album that is. What song is
Survivor
on there?
also really good. Girl,
Girl.
Lose My Breath,
I could take you, but
Cater to
I-
You.
Oh, that album.
Yeah,
When they was naked.
yeah, yeah. All
Kind
that
of.
good stuff.
They can put me in Destiny's Child. It's
Oh
the
my goodness,
sub.
you could be.
Toy Child.
You could.
Is that what you're gonna say?
That's
No.
exactly what I was gonna say. You could be
Boom.
fair because I know they're not gonna ask her to come
Aw.
back.
Why would they? Why would you compare her to Fair?
I'm not comparing the fair.
Well,
I'm
give
saying
her
that-
the Fair title.
I'm not
I'm
a.
s- But I'm
Never
pretty sure
mind.
they're going to
Reject.
invite Latoya and Latavia back, but I don't
You
think.
think Latvia
Fair's
coming
getting-
back?
You know
Fair's
what?
not
You know
getting
what? Like
anybody.
with all these comebacks and reunions, do you think they'll ever do like a comeback tour?
Not right now because it's
Duh,
too,
nigga, not
but
now.
yeah, I do think they. I think the 25. I think they went for 25 because they just
The 20
They just celebrated the 20th, and I
Mm.
think they're going to do the 25.
What was the 20th? Coachella?
They gonna make some money.
Yeah,
honey.
that was around Beyonce's 20th year. Yeah,
Oh, 20 years of the group.
of being in the game.
Oh,
So the group too, technically.
how
Yeah,
long
she
has the group
started
been
the group.
around?
20-something years.
The 90s.
Like just the group?
Yeah, they came
Destiny
out like in
Child.
96,
They've been in the
95.
game
Did they?
for a grip.
Really?
P-I-G. That's not how you spell grip. G-R-I-P.
I didn't know that.
P-I-G.
Yeah, this
Pig.
is the remix.
Dude, you know I bought 2 different CDs because I thought it was skipping. I was like, damn it, why am I keep getting this skipping CD? And I was like, this is the remix. I'm like, dang. I was also like 13, just buying CDs like, gotta return this one to
When
Best
did you
Buy,
realize
not
it?
working. Probably about the 3rd CD I bought. Like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be because none of the other songs is skipping.
What was the first CD you bought?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I think it was like Ashanti.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was something before that though. But the earliest I can remember was Ashanti. And the first concert I think I went to was like a Chris Brown concert.
That was
It
my first
all
concert.
the way in the back. And I was scared to. That was when I wasn't used to sneaking in places. So like,
You snuck in the concert?
no, I do now. No, okay. So what I do now is I'm able to get in a certain situation and setting, and then finesse my way to the front of the stage.
that's how
I
you
have
do
a
it.
certain skill gift when it comes to that. You know, that's how I get to where I'm at. But
Mhm.
when I was like 12, I just stayed in the back, and the nosebleeders where I was. And then right when I snuck by the guard, I didn't move down. I was too nervous. I was like, I just got there. I couldn't do it.
So
Couldn't
please
do it.
tell me how you snuck past the guard.
Okay, so what you do is you just have to. Oh.
Toys Tips.
Yes, toys tips. Okay. So when you get into a situation or setting, like, first of all, you can finesse a lot because you're a girl, but you just have to be really cool. Sometimes if they are, serious about what they say, or there's other people you see doing what you're doing, you can just sneak past it. Like, don't ignore them. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, because if you ask for permission, they're automatically going to say no. So you wait until there's a lot of people or a lot of motion going on, or the guard is looking another way, or you just don't ask questions, and then you have to center your energy into I know what I'm here for. Nobody's going to ask me, because if you put on a responsible face, nobody's going to come to you asking questions. So you just move
So
about
true.
the crowd. You say excuse me. Sometimes you just move like, hey, can I get past you? Cool. And all of a sudden you find yourself down to the front of wherever it is that you need to be. 2 Chainz. I did Gwen Stefani. I've done the Black Eyed Peas. I just get past things.
So
It's a certain
for the Oscars, if I want to do that, I can do that.
Oscars is going to be a little bit more detailed protocol,
Yeah.
which I will have to jump on a call and discuss with you offline because it's not for the Good News Show.
Because I want to take that approach for the Oscars.
Okay.
Now, should I bring
know-
should I bring my badge, like my work badge, and just say I'm here for like press, or like would that work?
I'm not sure.
Because sometimes they have like different press credentials, but sometimes that does work. Or you can say, where's the credentials at? And then they can, sometimes credentials are off site though, so that may get a little muddy too. Like, it just really depends on the event. Because when we went to Powerhouse, we were definitely not supposed to be in the artist lounge, but we got in the elevator, we had these wristbands on that weren't even supposed to be there. Like, not even supposed to be like the right place, but we just act like we knew we were going, and then next thing we know, we're Quavo.
Because I want to try that so bad. Like, oh, hey, I'm here
Bravo.
for whatever, and then just show my badge. Because it says CBS on it.
It's a CBS.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it isn't.
It just depends on the event and like who. I told you we
Yes.
need to go to CBS Black Voices all the time.
It's just confident.
No one's gonna believe that.
They are going to believe it because no one's going to be like, oh, damn. That's crazy.
If I was, I would be like, what the fuck is it?
But you have an official CBS badge, so no one's going to question it.
Mm-hmm. An official.
Maybe I could
That's,
try this.
that's
at
what
the
Toy
Grammys
was
first.
talking about. You got to center yourself.
Again, Toy's not verifying
I
anything
believe.
that's happening right now. Toy Creel doesn't sneak in
Maybe
any
I'll try the
events.
Grammys first because the
Recently.
Grammys is before and the Grammys is a CBS event.
Yeah, just get on there.
Oh
Maybe.
my gosh.
All right, guys. That was the end of Bitch You Better Read.
Bitch, you better read.
What's my favorite word?
Bitch! I didn't
And
yell.
now it is time for Chris Tips. Do you mind if we switch seats?
No, don't mind.
Chris Tips. It's the Chris Tips on the radio. He finna tell y'all what to do today, though. He got the tips on the TV, the tips on your radio. Write these down. Okay.
The beat stopped.
I'm a rapper, for real.
Here
Bars.
we
My rap
go.
name is Trap God Toy.
Trap God Toy mixtape coming soon.
So, have y'all asked for somebody's number? Have y'all asked for somebody's, like, somebody you don't know at all, and you were interested or whatever? Like, how have y'all done that before?
Yes, and there's normally alcohol involved.
You know I'm shy when it comes to my crushes, so
He's shy.
yes and no.
Okay, both y'all tell me how'd y'all go about it.
Okay. Put your number in my phone.
You saying you were like drunk, or you just was like tipsy?
I was there was always alcohol involved when I did that.
So you were drunk.
Yes, kind of. Yes.
So what did you say?
Put your number in my phone. Here. Put your number in here.
Did it work?
No.
They said no.
They put the what? Yeah, but they didn't call. Or sometimes I'll just be like, give me your phone. Boop,
And put it in there.
boop, boop, boop.
And that didn't work?
No, it didn't.
Wow, Kelvin.
I'm trying to think. I'm not good at asking people for numbers.
So the time that you did,
I think it was like just like, why don't I have your number?
that's what you said?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Like I don't know why haven't we exchanged numbers?
And then it worked.
Yeah.
Now, did you end up talking to this person?
No, I don't text my crush because that's inappropriate.
Is this a recent crush? I'm confused.
Oh, like a past tense crush.
When did
no.
this happen?
This happened like last year, so like September.
Oh, and it didn't work because what?
I just never text.
Oh, wait, they asked you? I'm confused. Tell me.
I asked them for their number, but I
And
just
you never,
no,
and y'all exchanged, and you never
Yeah.
was like, why?
never followed through because I'm nervous, shy, stupid, all that stuff.
You still have the number?
Yeah.
And why didn't you use it? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Tell him to use it today. We should make him do that.
yeah, you should.
No,
Text him
Use
today.
it right now.
I'm okay.
Kelvin, you have to be bold and go after what you want.
No,
Just say, hey, this is Kelvin. I don't know if I ever gave you my number from last year, but
they have my number.
oh well, hey, this is Kelvin. What are you doing?
No, I'm okay.
Just checking in, seeing how your Sunday's going.
Yeah.
You can break up with
No.
people, but you can't text your crush. What is that?
What is that? What is this?
They may get a little upset. I'm not texting anybody.
Baby. Ooh.
But okay. So the tips are how to ask for somebody's number in person. So number one, you need to make your move before you go crazy. Working up the. What just happened?
I'm laughing at myself.
Okay. Working up the courage to people you're attracted to in the first place is way harder than actually asking for the number. To have the best chance of getting a person's number, you will have to be willing to immediately take the plunge and talk to them to find out, why you're attracted to this person. Don't give yourself any opportunities to chicken out. It's
Well, did that part.
it's much harder to get someone's number if you don't ever approach them, and if you're just thinking about, damn, like how do I ask, or like, damn, what, like what way to ask for somebody's number.
Mhm.
Number two, use strong body language. If you look confident, most people would think you already are confident. They have no way to know that you're sweating bullets on the inside unless you actually tell them. Take advantage of this
How
and
do you?
Sweat bullets.
No, how do you look confident?
Oh, you just be like this.
Shoulders back,
like,
chest out.
like I guess if you just
Put a little boob out. Well, you ain't got them, so maybe just unbutton your jacket. Yeah, show a little chest.
little chest.
like if you just look like hey, I'm supposed to be here basically.
Hey, I'm supposed to be here.
Hey, you want
Excuse
me?
In your face. What is
I'm oozing sexuality.
in your water?
I don't know.
Floaties.
But where am I at? Confident body language to give your flirting game. It can be an immediate boost. So,
Okay.
Number 3, if you're not confident, find an excuse to talk to this person. So not everyone is going to be immediately comfortable approaching strangers to talk to them and ask for their number. If you fall into this category, it is okay to find a reason to talk to somebody to get the conversation flowed. So conversation starters are some of the oldest tricks in the book when it comes to flirting and making connections with other people. So like, say if, you were at an event and somebody was like, oh, who are you interviewing today? Or, something like that. And say if, that would actually work. That would work.
Daddy.
And then like, say if, I don't know, you were at your vegan restaurant. Oh, what did you try today? Or I don't know, something like that.
Have you tried a plantain?
Wow.
Don't ask that.
I want a plantain now.
What is a plantain?
A plantain is like a
It's like
potato.
It's like a banana potato.
A banana potato.
Yeah.
Number
So
4.
it's like a double entendre. How's your plantain?
A what?
How's your eggplant?
How's your eggplant?
Jesus. Number 4. Number 4 is open casually. Resist the urge to open with the cheesy pickup line.
Oh,
now,
well,
actually,
that goes out the door.
depending
How's your
on,
plantain?
but depending on who you're saying that, like if they have the personality, well, you don't really know. If you could sense the personality, then it's cool to be cheesy. Though
I'm
there's
always
something.
corny though. Like I've never been the cool guy.
Oh, Calvin, you're cool to me.
Well, thank you, Toy. I appreciate that. That's why I love you.
Though there's something to be said for the confidence required for making intentions known immediately, this sort of approach can sometimes make you seem predatory or insincere. For the most part, a better idea is to stay casual. If you need to, use a basic conversation starter to open your conversation, then simply relax and continue as it feels natural. Making friendly small talk until things heat up.
What? Okay, never mind. Cause I see number 5.
What were you about to say?
I'm about to say, what if small talk just never?
Picks up.
Oh,
Like,
now
the small talk
if
never
it
turns
doesn't,
big.
now you need to try to make a connection. So if you're aiming to get someone's number, once you start a conversation with this person, look for opportunity to set yourself apart from anyone else that they either could be talking to or anyone else that probably asked for the number that day.
Guys do that.
You could do this by finding something that you both enjoy, having like a friendly, spirited debate about something you both don't even enjoy, so you guys can like talk about it, or even just telling each other about your lives. Number 6.
You have a dog. I don't have a dog.
Don't use that. Number 6. Make this person laugh. One
I
of
can
the
do that.
surest ways to make a lasting positive impression on someone is to simply be, somewhat funny. People are much likely to give you their number and want to spend time with you down the road if they think that you have a good sense of humor. Is this the last one? No, it's not.
No,
Number
it's not.
7.
You have 7 7.
Yeah. Number 7. Ask for the number at a controversial high point. So what that basically means is the best time to ask for someone's number is usually right after you just shared a good laugh, or you made like a good connection, or otherwise had a good time with this person. In other words, end on a high note. People are generally more willing to agree with you if they like you. So asking for your number right after you've secured a major conversational point will boost your chances of getting that person's number. Now, after you get the number, you're supposed to test the number. Now, when you test the number, now when you test the
That's
number,
me.
don't do that. I don't like doing that right then and there. Like I'd rather just say I'll text you or I'll call you later or something like that. Like because if they did give you a fake number, now they have to lie about it. So you don't want to do that. And a simple text that just says, "Hey, this is Chris. Lock me in," or whatever. No, is this the last one? Okay, this is the last one. So when you actually get the number, I'd still do this. You wait a few days to hit this person up. So this is the old dating rule, but it's still good advice today. When you get someone's number, don't call this person back the next morning or even the same night. Instead, wait at least a few days before you make a contact. While calling immediately may be what you want to do when you're feeling overjoyed at getting someone's number, calling too early can give the impression that you're taking the potential of your relationship more seriously than is warranted, which can be a turnoff, especially for people who aren't even looking for a big commitment.
See, I struggle with that one.
Why?
Because I would say, let's say if I got your number at the club, I would at least text you the next day. It was like, I would text you that night. Like, hey, make sure you get home safe.
That's too, why?
Because that's actually kind.
That's too, I don't know, I just think that's too quick.
Is that too quick?
That night?
That night, like, hey.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Did you just almost fall?
Toy almost died.
I did. Just kidding.
So, I would be like, if I got your number, it was like, hey, this is Kevin, lock me in. Make sure you get home safe.
Yeah, that could work, I guess. But I don't know. You never want to do it too quick. I mean, but I don't know. I don't I wouldn't get someone's number at the club.
I'd be like, text me that night. Text me that night and make sure I got home.
Yeah.
And then text me in the morning so I know it's real. Or
Yeah.
send me a cute message that night because I know the vibes was on.
Yeah, because like for me, like of course I will want to call or text somebody, but I still may wait if I don't know you at all. Like I may still wait a day or two, but
I don't want nobody to wait a day or two. I'm like, text me right then, daddy. So I
Yeah,
know you
because
like
I
me.
may lose interest,
after a day or two,
or I
If
may
if the
not
impression
remember
if
who
the
you
impression
are.
if the impression was that lasting, you're not gonna forget in 2 days.
But yeah, this is very true. But like, if it's like a slight potential and you wait 3 days to text me, I'm like,
3
who the
days
fuck
is a while.
this?
3 days is a while.
It is a little bit.
1 or 2 days is fine.
I'm like, who is
Okay, one or
this?
two is fine.
Actually,
like,
1 is really
you didn't
fine.
forget about me, boo.
Yeah, 1 is fine.
Because also, I feel like if you text me 3 days later, I'm like, okay, so obviously I'm not going to be a priority.
Oh.
Well, if they start hitting you up,
If they start hitting me up, yeah, that's cool. But like, why did it take you 3 days to say hi to me?
because it takes.
That's an old stupid rule. If
But
you
it works,
want me,
though.
pursue me.
I like
They're
to
gonna
be
do that.
chased. I like pursuing. I like men.
to get chased.
Yes.
We knew what you meant.
I like to chase people. I'm a stalker.
You do?
Oh, don't admit that.
I will find you.
Bust it open.
And that was all for Chris Tips.
Die if you ever me.
Hey, it's Chris Tips. He be giving tips. Chips and dip.
Red tips.
Now it is time for the question of the day. Would you like to read it or
You can read it. I wrote it.
for the okay?
I just want everybody to know I wrote the question of the day.
Go ahead, Toy.
Toy, you can read it.
Okay, do I put on my good like reporter
Yes,
voice,
yes,
or do
yes,
my
yes.
like
Put on
southern-
your Toy Creole
or
voice.
should I put on my city girl voice?
Your reporter voice.
Okay. Question of the day: could you be in a long distance relationship? Question mark. What would be some of the non-negotiables?
I'll go last.
I was just arguing with my boo about this
Mhm.
because we kind of in a long distance relationship now, and I love him, but I don't know how long this is gonna work because we just been fighting. But anyway, I feel like I can be in a long distance relationship if you love somebody. Point blank. Period. It's a cop out when you say I can't be in a long distance relationship or like the distance is too hard. Because if I love you and I ride for you and we have phones and we can pick up the phone and talk to one another, it should be decent. But like there has to be communication there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important part. And it has to be planned communication because a lot of times schedules are so
What do you
different.
mean planned communication?
Because like I have to make sure I have the time out of the day to speak to you. Like I like the random text message stuff, but like if I know I'm busy and also living on the West Coast and then they may be on the East Coast and then time differences and all the other stuff, you
Well,
have to plan
difficult.
these things.
Yeah.
So I just feel like time differences. You shouldn't give a fuck about. If you actually like this person as much as you say you do,
Mhm.
so the fuck what if you're 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours away?
But-
I mean, not away, ahead or behind.
But like if you gotta think about jobs and stuff. Like I know with my new job, like I work stupid hours. So like, or I'm after I leave this, I'm about to go to work. I didn't even know I was gonna go to work after this. You know, so like if they're in a 3 different hour time difference in time zone, then I may not be done till like 7 o'clock tonight, which is 10 their time. It's a Sunday.
If they fuck with
may
you,
have to
they're
go
gonna
to
be
work
up.
in the morning.
if they fuck with you, they're gonna want to talk to you.
I understand that, but
Now-
also gotta be respectful for their job.
Okay,
They gotta get their coin.
But then,
True.
if you work all these crazy hours, you need to at least be able to text, "Hey, just to let you know I'm
Yeah.
working,"
Yeah.
or just let you know I'm busy right now, but I can text you when as I can or whatever. Now, because if you leave that out, then this person is like the fuck. Like, so are we not gonna talk or whatever?
I get it.
Because communication is definitely key when it's in a long distance relationship. Like that's the first thing that matters the most to me.
Communication.
Yeah.
No, that's the most important thing. And also, I think communication is important, but it also has to be some type of attraction there.
Why would you talk to somebody not attracted to miles away?
A lot of people do it.
We do. Just because you want
We
somebody
do?
to talk to on the phone,
hmm
make you feel good.
Because I realized that like communication can go a long way, but if you don't have the attractiveness to them, it's going to waver away once someone else comes in your face.
Mhm.
Like there has to be something there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe in starting a long distance relationship.
Mhm.
Like if we happen to already be talking and you move away, or something happens and like we have to spend time apart, then that's okay. But me going into it knowing that you live in Florida, that's not going to work. It's not going to work for me
Why?
because I don't think I can honestly, genuinely get to know you through the phone.
Haven't you? You've been in a long distance
I have.
relationship. So what do you mean?
and they
You knew that person.
Yeah, they failed
Now, why did it fail?
because getting to know someone is hard to do in person. And then
It's harder to do in person?
No, it's hard to do in person.
Oh.
And then add the distance between that, and then just as phone calls, and then text messages, or just the FaceTime. That's hard to do,
Why not travel?
and it's hard to maintain that stuff.
Why not travel?
Well, neither one of us were in a place where we can just pick up and travel.
I'm not saying pick up and travel, like plan travel.
Yeah.
So, but to answer the question, I mean, my last relationship was a long distance one, and like you think it would work, but I mean, it was just some things that just weren't. What's the word I want to use? Like we just didn't. How can I word this? We just were on two different levels, I guess. Like I was on a more up here level, and she was more of a I'm not really there yet type of a level.
As far as like relationship wise, or
I think maybe that and the whole communicating thing. Because, like, what I expect in a relationship, she didn't care too much about.
Mhm.
And, like, what she expected in a relationship, I actually cared about. And I was more like, hey, I do want to talk to you as much as we possibly can. Or, like, hey, I do want to, feel missed. Or, like, hey, I want to, I want my energy to be matched. So, and then once you don't get that, it's like,
it's
what are we
like, I'm
doing?
all over the place.
Yeah, like, or what are we even doing?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
but
get
yeah.
it. I think it's important though. Like
No,
my
no.
non-negotiables would be like we have to communicate every day. Like if we're not communicating every day, I don't like that. That's even if you live here. Like if we're not talking when you here, it's some shit.
And
then
it's-
like
it's
if you
a
don't talk to me
difference.
when you're gone, it's horrible.
Yeah, and it's a difference between, like, I'm not saying we need to talk 24 hours out the fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying at some point of the day,
Check
we do
in.
need to talk.
Check in on me. Make
Yeah.
sure I'm okay. Make sure I'm breathing.
Like,
Yeah.
tell me some random shit. Like, tell me, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Just make me feel
Yeah.
special.
Send me
Yeah.
a meme. Something.
Tag me or something on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Just let me know
It could
you're
be
alive.
anything.
Yeah.
Because nothing irritates the fuck out of me more than, like, going a whole ass day. That's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never will I ever accept that again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, that's a non-negotiable. What's the word?
Non-negotiable.
Negotiable.
He got it.
What else?
Gotta slow it down.
I'm trying to think. What else is non-negotiable in a long distance relationship?
What about you, Toy? Like Chris thinks.
Non-negotiables for me. You just and I have argued with men back and forth about this, and the ones who get it, but the ones who don't. And like recently, I don't know, about just kind of recently in a relationship, like I was so well loved by a man. I'm just like, there's no going back from this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It does not take a lot to make somebody feel special.
Mhm.
It takes listening. It takes thinking about somebody and reaching out. And if you don't speak my love language at the basic level of necessity of just like care and attention, we can't move forward from that.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me, it withstands boundaries. So I can do a long distance. But we just got to be on the same page. And at the minute where it starts like, oh, I'm reaching out to you more. Oh, hey, I text you, 2-3 times first, and you are initiating said conversation. There needs to be like a dialogue, and if we're not on the same page, then we need to split.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's what I think.
What's your non-negotiables, Kelvin?
Not being honest,
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Okay.
but just and just checking in. Just check in. I don't
Yeah.
care what you do.
You do care what they do.
I care. Let me take that back. I do care what they do, but just let me know you're doing it. Is that too much to ask for? Like if you're going
Well,
out or
give me an
something.
example.
Like if
Yeah.
you're going out, I want to know you're going out.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to the club, just let me know you're going to the club, because in this day and age, anything can happen at the club, and I just want to know what your whereabouts are. Like I want to make sure you're safe.
I like knowing that they made it home safely.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have to necessarily tell me, hey, I'm about to go to the club. But if you just say, hey, I'm about to go out or whatever, and then you go
Yeah.
out, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, let me know when you make it home. And you don't let me know you make it home. Now it's like, okay, you don't care about me.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. Like you
Mhm.
don't care for me to know about what
your
you're doing.
whereabouts. Yeah.
Or if there's someone of like the opposite sex that you're hanging out with, I don't need like a daily check-in, but I would maybe casually like let me know,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
know about the plans and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
That's
With
a
such and
respect
Like
thing.
once y'all
Yeah.
telling each other about your day, like hey, I'm doing this later, or
Yeah.
guess what I'm going to, or guess whatever.
You don't
Yeah.
have to withhold information.
That's what I meant by being honest.
But then
Don't omit things to make it seem like it's something else.
But then I told myself, like, I can't do another long distance relationship. Like, I just can't. Because it's like, it doesn't, it just seems that you can't really like the one like you can think that the connection is going to be made, but if like the other person doesn't think the way you do or act the way you want them to or whatever, then it's like we can't really do anything. If that makes sense. It made sense to me, but it didn't make sense.
I missed it.
I think it makes sense.
What did you get from it?
History lesson. Pop quiz.
Right. I think what you were saying that like if it's not solid, then it's not going to be there, right?
In a nutshell, basically.
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever the fuck I was getting at. That's kind of what I was getting
Okay.
at. I think.
All right.
But yeah. And are we getting into uniquely speaking today?
We can.
Uniquely
Since
speaking.
you act like you can never fucking do it.
We never have time.
We always do.
Today we have a little bit of time. All right, so today's uniquely speaking is waiting for a storm. This is really interesting because we live in California, and there is a lot of drought and dry land all the way around here. And sometimes you see like we need rain and we need water and we need all that other stuff. And I think that sometimes when we are so blessed with sunshine and we're so blessed with all the things that are just beautiful around us, that we wait for something bad to happen. Like we wait and prepare for a storm. And what we're doing is subconsciously preparing negative things to come into our lives and putting that negative energy out there. Like, yes, it's sunny, and yes, we may need a little bit of a sprinkle, but to pray for rain may not always be the best thing, because once that rain comes, you may have prayed for it, but are you really prepared for it? That's when the mudslides happen and all this other crazy stuff in your life just goes array because you didn't prepare for the storm that you were praying for. I think once we get out the mindset that things are too nice right now and we're waiting for something bad to happen, because why does something bad have to happen? I understand, like, the Murphy's Law, everything bad that could happen will go, everything that could go wrong will go wrong, but why do we want to put that energy out there? Why are we waiting for a storm to happen in our lives?
True.
Like, we buy umbrellas and prepare with raincoats and stuff. We live in Los Angeles. We don't get that much rain.
Nigga, this year we have.
We have. You know why? Because we've been praying for rain. We've been saying we needed the rain. It's a little drizzle. So I say,
drizzle.
when you're out here and you're preparing and waiting for your storm, don't focus so much on the storm. Focus on the things that you're doing now, because then you get blindsided when it comes, and that's never good.
That's a word.
So don't wait for a storm. Live in the sunniness. Prepare now. So when the storm comes, you just have to move through it. It's okay, guys. Don't wait for a storm.
Prepare for the storm, but don't
Don't pray for it. Prepare for it, but don't pray for it. Because once you
What'd you say?
prepare for the storm, but don't pray for the storm. Have your ducks in line that you can withstand a storm, but don't sit around waiting for it.
Can that mean that could go in regards to anything?
That can go in regards to anything. That's relationships. That's jobs. Like if we're
So
at
wait, are you saying don't pray for the job?
No, I've
What are you
never
saying?
said that. I said don't. When things are going right in our lives, sometimes we wait for something to go wrong,
Oh,
and we're waiting for that storm to come.
okay.
Like here, like in Los Angeles, we have this beautiful sunny weather, but we always know at the back of our mind, oh, we may need some rain for this and that. That's okay. It will come when it comes. But don't sit around waiting for it and waste this good sunshine.
No, I get it.
Don't sit and dwell on the negativity when we have so much greatness that's behind us.
I get it now.
I like
That was good.
So waiting on the storm, guys.
Have you done that before?
Yes.
Actually, I was
Let's
doing
talk
that
about
now. Let's talk about it.
What's the storms
I
that
don't
y'all
know.
were waiting? That y'all were, I guess, praying for.
You know, like when even like moving out here, I wasn't praying for it, but I was waiting for it. Like preparing for like the hardship and like the craziness that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm about to move out here. Oh, I'm going to pay this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move around. I'm going to make friends. I'm going to do all this stuff. Preparing and creating the storm all in my mind that may have not even come. So me thinking like everything's going to be bad when I have this wonderful golden opportunity in front of me and overthinking it with rain clouds. And I think that's one thing of waiting for a storm that may not or may not happen. Like, has it been hard? Hell yes. There's been hardships. I had to learn how to adjust and do all this other stuff, but the good always
I was about to
outweighs the
ask you
bad.
that.
What?
I was about to ask you, how did you overcome it? Where it's not like you was getting into that.
Yeah, I just think that I honestly had to take a step back and think that I had more opportunities than a lot of people ever had. And I only been out here 2 years.
Talk about it.
And now I'm really fully working in the career that I want to work in. It's not like all the way in, but I have a bigger foot in it.
Your foot is in the door.
It pays me to do what I want to do for the rest of my life. So it's like a stepping stone to something greater, you know? So I think that a lot of times we are so consumed with where we are now and not use the opportunities that we already have afforded to us to make things better. And yeah.
What about you, Toy?
I don't know. It's funny. I had to just kind of wait a little bit to digest what he was saying, but kind of along the same vein. So, you know, when I look at it on the outside, if I can be like super honest and vulnerable, like, okay, I moved to LA, nigga ain't got a job, currently like, you know, working, but not necessarily in doing like what I need to do to make my coin. But like not necessarily operating in a paid field, right? And I'm waiting as I'm listening to some people who are trying to give me a real perspective that, hey, you know, LA is crazy and okay, you're going to have to do this and you're going to have to be around some people and you're going to have to play the game and it's going to be hard and some days you're going to wish that, you know, you never traveled out here. And I felt like yesterday I was starting to get sad and kind of operate in that space and just kind of, you know, be a little frustrated and overwhelmed. But I had to kind of step out of that and like really just, you can't, though I'm preparing for it and I'm stacking my ducks in a row now, so when the rain comes, I'll be ready. Preparation and lamenting are two separate things.
What does lamenting mean?
Lamenting means like being sad, like grieving. I can't grieve for something that's not already here. Okay, I can't grieve for the bad experiences that are about to come my way because when I do that, my focus is turned away from the positive that I could be working on now, the opportunity that keeps coming my way. So that's one thing that I really had to. I appreciated that.
No problem.
Because it was good. It's hard to see opportunity when you're focused on negativity.
All the other things that could go wrong, that aren't going wrong, but could go wrong. I think that's what we always think about. Like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but let me be okay because this could happen. What if this scenario was to happen? Instead of focus on what we need to, so making sure it won't go happen.
I kind of hate when people give living in LA advice because you know, like when it's certain people who don't, like, let's just say you just moved out here just to move out here because you wanted a change in fucking weather. Like, those type of people is different from, hey, I moved out here to do my career, and you actually make it into your career. Because the people who say, oh yeah, it's hard, or oh yeah, you have to do this and that, I don't think, well, it's sometimes where they're not doing the shit that we're doing. Like, all of us are in media, so like we want to do, like, of course we're not gonna like sell ourselves or like do some dumb shit, but like the person who be like, oh, it's hard, you got to do this and that, you got to, you know, do all this dumb shit that they be naming. It's like, nigga, no, you don't. All you have to do is network, you know, put yourself out there, and this shit's gonna happen. Like, if you, and plus if you pray about it, I feel like if you pray about it, it's bound to happen. So
if you pray about it and you stay
committed to it,
committed and pray specifically for what you want. I've learned about being specific in your prayers because God will grant you what you ask for. But if it's not clear, that means that you don't have a vision where you want to go. So you need to get that together too.
And you can't just pray about it and just hope that it happens. Like, you have to actually.
Faith without works is dead. That's what the Bible says.
I just be hating when people be like, oh, you gotta do this and that. Nigga, how you know? We not in the same field? Like, how you know?
Man,
I be hating that.
And you get a lot of advice
from motherfuckers who be here for like a good month and they leave.
Or and then they're back at home.
Yeah, like,
and then
how you
like,
know?
Well, this. But what I've learned is you have to take their advice and see what exactly they did as for you not to do. I think a lot of people come out here and think the opportunity is supposed to be like that. Like, it's automatically going to happen. Like, you're going to connect with these people automatically. I worked at CBS. My connections to media came through the Gold Gods, which had nothing to do with CBS. I thought that was going to be my foot in the door. Working at a jewelry store got my foot in the door more than working at the actual television studios. So you never know where that blessing is going to come from or where that connection is going to come from. That's why you always have to be prepared and not dwell so much on what if or what that. Take every opportunity that you get, because I never thought that it would come from there. I thought I was going to be working at CBS like for a long time. No, it wasn't part of my story.
Let me not say that on air, actually.
Come on.
It wasn't part of my story, and that's okay. That's what you gotta remember. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's
about
going
to
to
say
learn
that,
something
Yeah.
different. And I think what interesting is what Issa Rae said about networking across is so true.
Yeah.
What you say? Oh, in that one interview.
Instead of like networking up, everybody wants to network up. You need to start networking across because that way you can get more things.
What she
done
was saying, like
together.
with her friends and like, yeah.
Mhm.
Because being, like, say if you network with, like, not networking with like a top executive versus like us, like we could put some shit together, like, because we're all smart, we all went to K-State, like we all know like-minded
Okay.
things and shit like that. So yeah, because I agree wholeheartedly with what she said.
Yeah.
Green and gold, green and
That's
gold.
what my phone is now. You see, it's like a chameleon.
Wow, Kelvin's so unique.
See that? I got that on there.
Before
I see what you did there.
before we sign out, I saw this tweet.
Mm.
So it says, "Hey guys, if you're
Hi.
walking to your car at night, this is just for niggas. If you're walking to your car at night and you're behind a girl, do her a favor and turn a different direction or slow down. Do anything to give her some space. Don't torture her with the thought that you could be dangerous." Is that doing too much? Like, I feel like if I'm walking down the street, why do I have to slow up?
How do I know she's not gonna
Who
tag
wrote
me?
that? Was that a girl or a guy?
His name is Elijah, a white guy.
Elijah. you're
Elijah,
doing
take
too
a
much.
seat. No, this is my thing. Sometimes I do. If I do see a girl like in the way, I will like.
I'll go around.
I will go around, or I will step to the side. It won't be directly behind her, because I don't want her to think that I'm like running after her, and I do want her to see me out of her peripheral. So I will like step to the side, but I won't like automatically go a whole different direction, especially if I'm going the same direction as you.
Yeah.
I'll probably go to the side and walk in front of you, so you know that I'm not like chasing you, but I'm not going to be like automatically. No, I'm
But
going to put myself where you can see me.
Do women really think that though? Like, if I'm walking behind a girl, is she really thinking I'm fucking psycho?
No. Like what?
Like,
No.
why? I just feel like, why do I have to slow down? Like, why do I have to go down this street when my car's over here? It's like, for what?
That's doing a lot. That's like
Yeah.
doing a little much. Unless you're breathing down my back, you'll be fine walking your way, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I was just confused.
people's is just weird.
Or maybe like,
weird.
I don't know, like if the guy told the girl like, "Hey, just to let you know, I'm slowing down." Well, never mind. Then they gotta
No,
yell
that's
it to you.
weird.
It is weird.
I think the whole situation is weird. Female public safety is important,
It is.
but my safety is also important. So I'm not about to just go out my way and get hit by a car because you walking on the sidewalk.
And then like low
And
key,
why is you walking by yourself,
Not
girl, in this
racist.
dangerous way?
yeah, and low key, like if like wouldn't a woman be like, wouldn't a woman pick up on that? Like if somebody was like, oh, like if they saw them initially, and they went a different way or they slowed down or whatever, wouldn't the woman be like, wouldn't she catch up on that?
I would. And I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
You have a sense of
Because that happened in Cabo when I was just there. It was these two white guys that was walking behind us, and my friend Elise had on like this short ass dress, and we thought it was kind of creepy, so we crossed the street.
yeah. I mean, if you feel like
Because we saw they were just standing there, and then as soon as we walked past them, then they start following us.
if I feel uncomfortable, I'll move.
yeah.
Yeah. Because in that case, that you would feel
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
that's a little,
but
Yeah.
a little creepy.
if I'm already walking, I'm not about to. I can't just like my car's over there.
Yeah, it's a little much.
So,
Right. Like, or speed up, girl.
yeah.
We got some comments. Now it's time for some comments.
Never saying that.
Chat.
Oh, Jackie said that. Jackie
Jackie
said a lot.
says, let's see. Yep, let's network team. We are all going to the top, and she, Jackie, I don't know what you're saying, what you agreed to, and that's some good advice. Maybe about the LA thing.
Oh yeah, or
Probably.
networking class.
She said she was I was walking in downtown LA, down the metro, and he was walking right behind me. So I slowed down, and so did he. So it made me think that he was going to do something. Women have to be cautious and be aware.
You do have to be cautious, Jackie girl.
But I think everybody does,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'll get nervous because I wear glasses.
The fuck did that have to do with anything?
No, I really feel like people prejudge people with glasses. Like they,
Kelvin,
like I feel
what?
like I'm an easy target
Because
Oh,
you're
like they
wearing
can beat you
glasses.
up?
because I'm wearing target. And I feel like I've always prayed to be a light, and I feel people see lightness in me. They think I'm friendly, so they think they can try me.
You really think this?
I really do. Which is why I always get stopped on the street
Has this happened to you
by
before?
homeless people. They always stop me and ask me for
Nigga,
things.
they didn't
The
look at
people
your.
that try to give me stuff, they always try to like stop and talk to me because they know that they can see I have a friendly demeanor.
I must got a mean vibe.
They ain't stopped you yet?
They'll be trying to try me. I don't know. I either have a friendly. I switch my energies.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm like out networking and whatever, then I'll just like switch to good energy toy, and people come up to me and approach me, and I'll be smiley. But if I'm on the street and I don't feel like it, it just be like I'm shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't making direct eye contact. Don't come up against me. And don't
That's why
offer
I've
me
learned
no
to start
suggestions.
walking with a purpose.
Hey, walk with a purpose.
Yeah.
I learned that on campus at K-State.
My mom used to tell me to walk like a white person.
What does that mean?
What is it?
Walking fast, like walk like I have a purpose.
Yeah,
like,
walk with a purpose.
But
yeah.
she used to say walk like a white person. That's what she used to say. Then she like said, "Oh, you need to walk like you're doing something."
Like you're doing something, like you're on the own way somewhere.
Because I guess I used to walk slow. I
Yeah.
guess.
Walk with a purpose, Christopher.
Like when I used to
Walk.
be on campus and I didn't want to be bothered and I knew I had to go all the way through the campus, I would definitely speed walk my way through the campus. Just like, hey, bye.
I would
see ya
take
then.
I would take other trails to
Nah.
like not if I knew it was gonna be like a crowd of people I do not feel like interacting with. Like
Mhm.
I'll just go a different
No, I'm
route.
just gonna keep going.
Walk
Take
with
us out,
purpose.
Oh well,
Oh, where are we now?
yeah,
We missed the
it
whole
was like-
part.
it's like,
I didn't.
it's like,
I
oh,
forgot.
what? I'm in a good spot. I gotta go to a baby shower that I didn't know I was putting together, but I'm putting together a baby shower. It starts at 3, so I need to go home and change and get my life together. Yeah. So I've never confession. I've only been to 2 baby showers, and I've never helped put one together
Why did they ask you to put one together?
because I guess I'm the most responsible right now.
Yeah, being most responsible really is all you need to do for a baby shower. Basically,
Yeah.
you play the games,
Yeah, they gave me the
kind
list
of
of the
start
games.
on time, and you make the bride and the groom feel good, transition, and offer words and thoughts of like love. Anybody want to say stuff? Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Somebody asked me to host a baby shower, but I was like, I
I
don't
know.
host anything.
Speaking of hosting, I'm going back to Kentucky on the 27th.
Really?
For what?
Springfest.
Mm.
Oh, at K State.
Yeah.
What's spring? I don't remember. What's Springfest?
They're doing new things. It's Springfest. You know how we used to have like mini homecoming in February?
Mhm.
This is more so like that, but like kind of bigger on a bigger level. So they have like a concert, fashion show, all these types of
Oh, you're
things.
hosting a concert.
Yeah, I'm hosting a concert. It's like Rip the Runway, so concert / fashion show.
Nice, Kel.
Was it the same person who hired you for like the previous concerts?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. They
Yeah.
flying you out
Yeah.
and they paying you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
I was about to say because your
Okay.
manager didn't approve anything.
Yeah. Kati called me.
But
Tati.
yeah, I'm in a good spot too. I'm gonna hope that I can go to the gym as much as I plan to.
I'm going to stick on you with that.
No, you say this every
No,
fucking
because
time.
I realize we are 4 months away from July, and I cannot be embarrassed.
How often
Not
do
by you, by me.
How often do you plan on strolling?
I don't plan on strolling that much, but I at least want to look good. Like, it's tank season.
It is tank
Oh, you want to
season.
be naked in Vegas?
Yeah, it's going to be hot as shit.
Yikes.
Well, yeah, that, and I'm gonna try to eat as healthy as possible.
All the chicken.
All the
They eat
chicken.
all the chicken.
Grilled chicken.
So, after I finish my spaghetti, and yeah, just take it.
Can you finish the spaghetti tonight?
It's Maggiano's gives you a lot, so it'll probably take 2 days.
Hmm.
Like I'll probably eat something for dinner and then the rest for lunch tomorrow,
Okay, so Tuesday.
possibly.
Okay, we can do
So-
Tuesday.
Wait, what? To go to the gym or eat healthy?
To eat healthy.
Oh, right.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Toy, where are you?
With
Did we just catch you off guard?
with life.
Yeah.
Okay.
This week,
let me
life,
see.
all
I
of
just
that.
need to I need to work hard this week. I got an interview tomorrow. Doing
Hey,
some interviews
sending you some
tomorrow.
blessings.
Oh no, like I'm interviewing people.
It's okay. There's
supposed-
you still some blessings.
There may be an audition tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I said, there'll be some interviews tomorrow for show coming up. And then I don't know how I found my LA week is. It's chill in the beginning and then things
It
pop up.
goes.
I got some
Like,
networking
I thought I was
events
gonna be
next
off today.
week. Working, all that good stuff. So I just need to amp up my hustle. So that's what I have planned for the week. Just making it move, making it rock, live my LA life. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Some people, I heard the best thing, a gem that I heard drop yesterday. She was like, people make the mistake when they get to LA. Because there's so many transplants here, they try and live what they think is an LA life.
Mm-hmm.
But really, people in LA just living. So all you gotta do is get to LA and live, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's the best piece of advice.
It was really good.
Because a lot of people out here are trying to live this false narrative that they done seen on television, and it's not true.
Yeah.
And that's where you get these rude, mean people that don't know
Yeah.
nothing about nothing because they out here trying to live this fake LA life.
Nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
agree.
Mm.
Well,
Well, now it's time to say goodbye. I'm Kelvin Unique, and you can always catch me at Kelvinology. That's Kelvinology on your Instagram. Toy, where can we find you at?
You can find me at Toy to the World, ToitotheWorld. Follow me on the gram. You can also hit me up on YouTube at Toy Talks. Also on Facebook, TOI, last name CREEL.
That's right.
and you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at CCCAW_. And as always, guys, I hope y'all got right.
That's right. Get right or get left.
Hey.
Oh, bitch, you better get right.
Stop.